Alright. What choice was this? What choice is this? Oh, this is the... Okay. This choice will affect your future. Okay, first things first, we're going to load this and actually talk to them and see what happens. I kind of thought about how I was going to progress through this. First things first, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get the other ending. And then we're going to run through the corruption and purity ending, and then I'm going to get the perfect ending. Which I'm assuming that the perfect ending is going to have, like, a combination of both choices. Or from choices from, like from both sides. I don't think the corruption or purity really means anything. Other than it's just a way to, like, track your progress through the game. Who are you?
We are nobody. And yet, we are everyone.
Of course.
We are the same. And yet we are different. There is really no way to answer that question.
Okay.
Like you, we are simply beings capable of wielding that blade. When the sun sets on this era and rises again, we will be forgotten. Reduced to cosmic dust, we will become even less than a memory.
Okay.
It matters not how the cycle ends, only how the cycle began. The ones who created that blade could never comprehend what they started. An endless war of life against death, of purity against corruption. As long as that blade exists, there will be beings capable of wielding it. And as long as those beings exist, they will inevitably meet, just like us. A catalyst for the clashing of ideals. It exists only to create disorder.
Okay. Where did it come from?
Long ago, a group of 3 faced an almost insurmountable foe. They were able to prevail, and they thought they had won peace. All of the worlds, once closed off, became united in one large universe.
Oh boy.
You see, that blade was created from the clashing of conflicting ideals. Life against death, purity against corruption.
You said that already.
It feeds off of that imbalance. What they held after the battle was only a portend of more strife to come. We do look fondly on those who created the blade, but we also hate them. Were it not for them, neither of us would be standing here right now. But because of them, we stand here at odds instead of peace. Memories of their exploits linger through the core of that blade. But no matter how strong they were, one fact remained. They were nothing but foolish men. Men who thought themselves worthy of delivering justice. Men who, with all the power in the world, still remain short-sighted. They knew not what they trifled with, Monarch. They thought that the blade was a symbol of victory. But no. After what you've been through, we both know what it truly means. War and death.
Death and destruction. Alright. Why are you doing this?
Well, true evil can almost never be fully defeated. Though heroes of the past stood victorious over evil, it was temporary. In the future, sometimes even millions of years ahead, the evil returned. And now it stands before you, corrupting the very heart of Alessia. But this is not the first world it has harmed, and it plans to keep moving. We follow it, with that blade, and save innocent worlds from its wrath.
Huh?
Look at the dying Voltaeus. It would deliver that fate to every single world. Rather than temporarily cast the idol away, we decided to settle down on this planet.
So we just got the short end
Our
of the stick.
goal was to find a way to destroy both the idol and the blade for good.
Ah, I see. So yeah, so these are intergalactic police, and this blade has a mind of its own, basically. And they're just keeping it in check. And after chasing it around long enough, killing a bunch of worlds, they realized, let's just try and contain it, and then break it. And here we are.
Doing so would liberate the universe from this eternal war. But we did not hold the power required to destroy the idol. Not yet. If we could make the blade stronger, though, then we might stand a chance. If it could match the strength of the idol, then that could be it. The energy unleashed in such a moment would destroy both for sure. Since the blade fed on life, we would have to start relying on others.
Are you guys dead then? Why did you imprison the monarchy?
They had planned to use this idol as a source of power, perhaps to aid in their conquest of other worlds. The universe belonged to them, they thought.
Wait.
But we...
Shite. Maybe I missed something. Blade. Okay, they're talking about the idol. Idol has a mind of its own.
And as we did, we created...
Hold on. You need to go back. The auto advance. So the idol had a mind of its own, and the blade they just have is like the only thing that they can use to combat the idol. They plan to use this idol as a source of power, perhaps to aid in their conquest of other worlds. The universe belonged to them, they thought. Oh. They had their sights set on just more than, their world.
And as we did, we created...
Oh wait, shit. We're 2 lines of dialogue behind. But wielding the power of evil incarnate would only lead to ruin. We couldn't let them continue down a path as dangerous as that. So we cast them aside in an astral prison using the blade. So they locked them up for all eternity.
And as we did, we created new life on Alessia. A new, pure species that would keep on reproducing. A breeding ground of power for that blade to harvest.
Oh god.
If we could make that blade strong enough, then we'd win. But even then, we couldn't gather power fast enough. The idol started corrupting and killing Maltese. We had to think of something, and fast. It led us down a path that we did not want to walk. But in order to create peace, it was necessary.
Why have I been having visions of this room?
We are not surprised, given our method of harvesting power. You see, this is not the first time you have stood in our chambers.
I'm Lou.
Hopefully, it is the last.
It actually is. Well, okay,
But to
I mean,
be
this is the
honest,
second time, but...
We've seen you many times.
No, you have not.
That blade exists unbound from the restraints of time and space. Every death along your journey has only served to power it further. When you got here, if it was not strong enough, we sent you back. When we did so, the blade remained unchanged. The cycle started anew, giving that weapon even more strength.
Yeah, this is
You
Madoka
stand
Magica.
here, the result of millions of years worth of trial and error.
Oh my god.
The occupation, the rebellion, and even your attacks on Maltese. We created a period of time in your history filled with nothing but death. Over and over, you and your friends have lived it, only to power that blade. When the final cycle came along, we would have you carry out your goal.
Can we just... This actually, like, went down kind of the similar route that Angels with Scaly Wings did. Now I'm kind of wondering if, like, there'll be that moment where, oh, everything comes together. I remember everything. I'm going to, I'll let them finish this tidbit. You get to that. Fuck.
We are not surprised. That blade exists. When we did the occupation, when the final cycle came along, we would have you carry out your goal. The destruction of both the idol and the sword is what you were meant for. You may have come to kill us, but your virtues are simply misplaced.
Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. We've returned. Time for more lore! More. What makes me so special?
Nothing does. Well, at least, not at first. Originally, we hoped our champion would come from Alarinthia. That's why we kept our nations separate and focused on strength.
I turned auto off. Whoops.
If each ruler was stronger than the last, well,
Yeah, but then they get old and then lose.
we might find someone strong enough. Someone with the will and power required to wield that blade. Of course, it became clear that this would never work. Just as we started to give up hope, those idols appeared. The monarchy was somehow able to reach out of their prison. The growing nation of Valinor developed their culture around this. And as a reward for reverence, the concept of a seer was created. A special citizen of Valinor, with the power of the monarchy inside of them. Even then, none of the seers were as strong as we needed. Until you. The monarchy gave you everything they had. We assumed that they did this so you would kill us. But it would seem that they played right into our hands.
Nice.
You were led down a path that only gave you more and more power. In all of the universe, you are the only one who can use that blade effectively.
Oh. For the
You
true
have
wielder.
not just your own will, but the will of billions of spirits. Spirits that want nothing more than to see their homeworld freed. There was no other choice, really. You are our champion monarch.
Did I have a say in any of this? No. Or do I have a say in any of this?
No. You are our creation, and must do as we say. But your actions will ensure peace and happiness for trillions. It is a small price to pay, and we know that you would agree.
Is it really worth all this trouble? Yes.
We wish to end a cycle that has plagued the universe for eternities. In fact, it could be even longer. It is impossible to know for sure. Because of that, we believe that no price is too high to pay. We will never be remembered. Nobody will ever know our sacrifice. But there shall never be another world marred by that corrupt idol. And no man will ever again be seduced by the power of that blade. The best course of action for the universe is to destroy them both. Their existence will always lead to those who believe they control fate. They will always lead to a clash of ideals, and will always lead to this.
Alright. Enough talk. Let's finish this. That was enough talk. I came here to kill him. That's what I'll do. That's what I do. No matter what they had to say, they couldn't talk themselves free. They hurt my world and my friends. I would make them suffer.
The mind can suffer when stuck in the same time and place.
You're dead. You're dead. Okay. Yeah. Alright, spare my life and cast away the idol temporarily. I had a world to rule. I couldn't let myself die. I was the monarch. I needed to live up to that role. If I died during this war, the world could be thrown into disarray. At least, that's the justification that I gave to myself. I just know that deep down inside, I deserve to see the world I fought for. That triumvir wanted the same, but I denied them. What gave me the right? As it didn't matter now, I can feel myself fading away. After I command the blade to conserve power and save me, I close my eyes. No matter what happened to me, I could rest knowing one simple fact. Celestia had been given the future that it deserved. In the hands of the people and freed as lips. Okay.
You maintained a close relationship with Valessa from your throne. Paying frequent visits to Mazeo, you ensured that your bond never weakened. Aiding her efforts to repair a fractured Mazeo, the wounds of the occupation soon healed. And so too did any wounds her family inflicted on the innocent nation. By the time she passed away,
right?
She had achieved her lifelong goal of reparation. Her gifts to society and the world far outweighed her parents' heinous crimes. Because of your efforts and choices, Valessa survived. When the whole world stood against her, she faced it and prevailed. You gave her a gift of a happy, peaceful life, one not lost to senseless war. Fortem returned to Valinor and took on the role of a small price to pay, many would say. In a way,
Here we go.
you stayed in close contact with Fortem during your reign. After merging with the monarchy, Valinor was under your jurisdiction. However, honoring Fortem's wishes, you let him direct the nation in his own way. Your friendship never waned, despite the new distance between you. You passed off visits to Valinor as official monarch business. However, all you really wanted was to visit Fortem once more.
That's adorable.
Fortem survived the war, despite all odds. His strong love for everything around him kept him afloat.
Yeah, see, like...
When all hope was lost, he stood up and challenged death in the face.
So, I was thinking about what kept everybody alive, and I kind of came to the conclusion that Fortem and Valessa, you keep them alive by being nice to them and just finishing their loyalty things. They seem to be the easiest to keep alive, so short of neglecting them. Because, like, I think straight up it's just, like, because for Valessa, it's just like, oh, you told her to take the daggers. If you told her not to do that, then there would be a problem. And here with Fortem, it's just, like, his love of everything around him. So, like, I'm assuming if you're just nice to him, he survives.
and for that, he was never forgotten. You did your best to keep Pro's memory alive, and had all of his writing copied. No matter how small the details, you wanted his work to live on
Oh
as
god,
long
this
as
is
it could.
gonna hurt.
As you read it all, you looked back on fond memories, and saw how far you'd come. Though he couldn't enjoy this victory with you, you knew he'd be
This is
proud.
gonna hurt.
Tales of your bond during the
my
war ended up
God.
outliving the both of you. It showed how friendship and camaraderie can flourish even in war. Pro's identity as the mole within the rebellion never came to light. However, during your reign, you had never known a more loyal ally. Though his past was with the Inquisition,
Oh, yeah,
his
he's
future was
immortal.
with the monarchy. You were seen as the best of friends, and that made working together a joy.
No.
It was his job to help the world adjust to your leadership. He spread the news of the Triumvirate's fall and helped people understand. It was a task as monumental as it was long to complete, but he did complete it. The world embraced your rule, and Alestia was forever better because of
I'm
it.
not ready for
Insurrections were rare and insignificant. The world was at peace, all thanks to you. As your right hand, Ulrich did everything in his power to help keep it that way. Thanks to your efforts in lifting his curse, Ulrich was finally able to grow old. Though death was now capable of taking him, he seemed happier than ever before. Perhaps because he knew he'd leave behind a changed world, happy and peaceful. Thanks to your efforts, Ulrich was able to live a happy
No.
life, free. You were crushed at the loss of
I'm
Domek,
still crushed.
your closest ally and lover. Though your time together was short, you never got over the loss of your relationship. It was beautiful, though, how even in a time of war, love could prevail as much as it did. Though Domek was lost
That's
in
it.
the war, his actions were never forgotten. His job of leading the rebellion after Sol,
You were crushed.
you never forgot
so
what
crushed.
he did, and your bond grew ever stronger. The man who started out as your enemy became your closest ally, an immortal guardian for everybody who would follow your rule. Giving Howl his independence came at the cost of his life. However, he knew the chances of dying were high when he asked. People would say that you made the right choice by granting him his wish. The loss of Howl meant the loss of one of your key allies. For a while, your work was stressful and incredibly overwhelming. It was thanks to the help of your friends that you prevailed. Many mourned the loss of Howl in the battle for Alestia. His wealth of knowledge. You were loved by all of your subjects and led the world into a new age. But guiding everybody to the bright future you secured would be a journey of its own. And knowing that fact made one thing clear. Your work had only just begun. Thank you for your service, Monarch. For everything you've done,
Huh, okay. Okay, so I guess it's after the epilogue where something is going to be different. I wonder what it's going to be. Ah, here we go. We did wake up at home, now we're waking up here. Oh, so we get a... Oh, fuck! No, please. Oh god. Don't do what I think you're going to do. I stumbled down the stairs, making my way to the atrium. Holding the destroyed Blade of Exodus, I use it for support. It would never jeopardize the future of other innocent worlds. But I start to wonder if I may have made the wrong decision. I used the blade to temporarily destroy that idol. It wasn't gone for good. Wherever it ended up in the future, how would they fight it off? Or maybe not having to rely on the Blade of Exodus was a good thing. Maybe the next world it played could create another means to destroy it. All I knew for sure was that the blade was destroyed and Alestia was safe. As I move, I see flashes, almost like I'm having visions. I know I couldn't see the future, but for a moment, it felt like I did. I can't explain it, but it feels like I knew what became of our lives. At least, those that survived. If it was a vision, then I take it as one final gift. When I arrive back at the entrance, I see exactly who I expected. Just as we planned, everybody made their way here after the battle. It takes a few seconds before they notice me, but they all quickly approach me.
Monarch! I'm so glad you made it. When the castle started shaking, I feared for the worst. I'm just glad I got to ring that bell. I saved so many lives.
Not the important one, Fortum.
I'll admit, I was starting to worry as well. Sorry if you were scared when we parted ways earlier. But thanks to those
Yeah,
daggers,
see, if I told her
we
not
didn't
to
stand
take
a
them, she'd
chance.
just be dead, I think.
I'm glad that you saw it through to the end, Monarch. Something told me that helping you was the right thing to do.
Just to have Fluffy Dragon.
After today, I can rest easy knowing that I made the right choice.
Then I see Ulrich approach me from the side. It was good to see him alive. I can tell that he's super happy. All the stress and worry seemed to melt away from the room when I arrived.
Everything went as planned. I bet you have some pretty interesting stories to tell. Save it for later, though. There's a lot of work to do.
Everybody gathers around me looking at the broken blade. I guess there was no point in holding on to it anymore. I throw it to the ground. I'd never use it again. But I consider that a blessing that I'd never need to. I survived and the Blade of Exodus was no more. Nobody would ever again be tempted and seduced by its power. I did my part, and for that it was time that I got some rest.
Wait, rest? You know there won't be any time for that, right? You're the ruler of this world now. There's still so much left to do.
He's right. Taking down the Triumvirate was just the first step. We need to tell the people what happened, and earn their loyalty.
But it won't be all bad, right? I mean, we'll have your back the entire time.
Nice. He lets out a soft laugh, but then stumble over. Fortim and Ulrich grab onto me. Oh, I misread that.
Whoa.
Beck? I let out a soft laugh, then stumble over. Fortim and Ulrich grab onto me and support me. I guess I wasn't holding up as well as I thought.
Whoa, watch your step, Monarch. Here, let's find you a place to sit down.
Yeah, then we can talk about what happens next. Remember, this isn't the end. It's just the beginning.
I smile as I remain in the arms of my comrades. They don't know what happened. They didn't know what happened next, but I still feel like I did. They didn't know what happened next, but I still feel like I did. Okay. And Fortem was right. It was a new beginning for every Alestian. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for playing. Okay. I kind of like that ending more, honestly. It doesn't seem like it's the right option, but like the other one seems to repeat the cycle. I mean, and I guess on one hand, I guess I'm still repeating the cycle, but just to another world. Like, our world's no longer borked. Another world is. Okay. So that was sad ending. I'm glad they didn't go over who all was dead again. Bearing me that. Let's go through Purity. Again, I don't think the Purity versus Corruption will matter, but oh, that's right. So yeah, this playthrough, I'm dating Valessa, and we danced at the ball, and there's a special
Hey,
cutscene.
Valessa?
Yeah? What's up?
I also want to see how this goes.
I saw you dancing with the Monarch.
And
So, I guess to catch everybody up or refresh memories, we're here to make an alliance, and we had to choose between somebody who wants to change this nation and somebody who wants to leave it as is. Original playthrough, I went with the person who wanted to change it. Now we have sided with the person who doesn't want to change it. So that means, and like, I know how this is going, but I guess I don't know how this is going to go. But Ulrich and Pro are going to die, but then not die, and I'm really curious how they're going to do it. I'm assuming it's just going to be the same, but...
Are you two a thing now?
Does it matter?
Well, I was just curious. It seemed pretty passionate from what I saw. Think you're gonna rule at the Monarch side?
He's so fired up.
I didn't even think of that, to be honest. But we all work together in Valinor, right? No matter what happens, I'm sure we'll make it work.
Of course, my queen.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Please don't call me that.
Yes, your highness.
Oh my god.
Fortum.
Oh, lighten up. I'm just messing around. I know you'd make a fine ruler. You're awesome.
I wonder if that makes him the...
Really?
I wonder if that makes him the elder,
course.
then.
And it's a real possibility, too. Dating the monarch? Do the math, Valessa.
Hmm.
It's not that complicated. Every king needs a queen, right? I think you fit the bill perfectly. Don't
Also,
you?
she's the only female dateable character.
I can't answer that question. It would be pretty self-serving, wouldn't it?
A queen has no need to be humble, Valessa. Drink fancy tea, wear beautiful dresses, do it all. I just hope you don't forget about me when you're famous.
Fortum, I never forget about you.
Aww.
At the very least, you'd make sure of that. But we definitely need a royal advisor, right?
Are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting?
Oh my god, abandoned Valinor.
Well, we all worked together back in Valinor. I don't see why it would be any different after the war. Imagine the three of us being rulers of the entire world.
Well, the problem here is she's currently the Elder of Valinor, and he's my scribe. So we're just all going to up and abandon it, I guess.
Awesome!
Oh, he's so happy now. Alright, skip through this conversation. Goodbye. Examine all the things. I think we're ready to move on. Gonna be a lot of fast forwarding. Oh, this is gonna go differently though, because I sided with, him.
The Monarch will also be among those reserve forces too. If he wins, then Draco will offer us his might to attack Balteus. If he loses, we get nothing. The pledge lies with him alone. If Draco wins, the
Okay.
For example, our allegiance with Draco isn't guaranteed. If Vivian wins, he won't offer us his men. We sided against him. It's a real possibility
Oh, right.
since Ulrich
Vivian's
is
the
offering
guy.
Vivian his strength.
You're really impressive. Okay. Wait. Really? Oh, he's asking for forgiveness for just blurting out. Of course it's not. I forgive you.
Wait, seriously? Thank you. Oh, I was so scared you'd cut things off.
I'm so
I
sad he
really
died.
value our bond, Monarch. I swear, I knew we'd be able to push through this. The fact that you sided with Draco convinced me. Even in all the confusion, we still see eye to eye. We can work together to take down Vivian, and we'll also work together to keep our forces safe. It's the best possible decision. I know it, you know it.
Also, we have a zombie army.
I know this whole situation is...
Blarg. Okay. Grab the book.
Grand Library.
I think that's all that there is here. Now we go out. This is gonna be... I'm really curious how this is going to go. Okay. Long series of cutscenes, I understand. Oh yeah, Draku stands on one side of the room and Vivian stands on the other. Bro follows me as I take slow steps toward Draku, my ally in this battle. If I wanted to win, I'd have to ensure that him and Pro stayed alive.
So, the battle is about to begin. Both teams will enter the Colosseum on opposite sides. When we meet in the middle, chaos will ensue.
I think
This
Vivian...
chaos will involve the death of many people. I hope that you've said your potential goodbyes, Monarch. I'll do my best to support you, but I need to focus on my own safety.
I nod.
Besides,
Okay.
I think you'll be fine. I've heard rumors.
I nod, since that's completely understandable. Replay.
Besides, I think you'll be fine. I've heard rumors of that sword you're carrying. If I get into a pinch, I might even count on your support.
Oh. He lays a hand on my shoulder and smiles.
That is, if we even run into each other out there. It's a big arena, and it'll be full
Huh,
of soldiers.
interesting.
Let's get going. We're on the other side.
My comrades make their way to the spectators area. After that, both leaders escort their forces to the waiting area. As soon as the gates are lifted, the battle for Alarentia would begin. I noticed the reserve forces lent Draku in the corner of my eye. They approach me as we walk, and they give me wishes of support.
We will use our powers to protect you. Do not worry, and simply give it your all.
Right, we have Seer army.
However, we haven't exactly mastered this power, so don't rely on us to keep you out of harm's way.
If we survive this, we will continue to grow our gift. Our goal is to be of use during the final assault on Balteus.
I nod. It's good to know that I have their support, but I wish we didn't have to put them in danger right now. Their power would be more useful in the coming days. Let's see.
Don't worry, we can do this. We only have a few more seconds, so get ready. If this is like any other battle, it'll only last a few minutes.
See? I told you we picked the right guy. This'll be over before you know it, and we will be the winners. After this, our attack on Balteus will be a cakewalk.
Yep.
I know it.
I hope you're right. Decisions. I'm curious. Honestly, very curious how everything's going to play out. I know it. He smiles, but that smile quickly is wiped from his face. The gates begin to open, giving us clear view. Stay back, Tashar. Let them get things started.
No, this is the perfect time to charge. The cover of chaos will help us catch them off guard.
Right.
I stay back as instructed and let them lead the charge.
Hey, Monarch, you okay?
Wait, hold on. What's happening? Oh, right. Yeah, we have a vision. Yeah, we have, like, some PTSD of everybody dying in HQ. And we're having, like, a kind of vision of it, and Pro is snapping us back to reality. Unable to respond as enemy soldiers close in on me.
Monarch!
Bro rushes to my side and pushes me on the ground. I hit the ground with a loud thud and I'm knocked back to coherence. However, this did little else but redirect the attention to him. With almost a dozen men charging towards him, he starts to panic. Luckily, he's saved by Draku moments before they can harm him. With a swing of a large greatsword, they're all knocked down. They're really,
Going after my champion, huh? Vivian's men must have a death wish. Here, Monarch, let me help you up.
Oh, thank you. Now I grab his hand. He helps me back to my feet. Is that why Vivian is a guy? So they didn't have to...
Now!
Just when we think we have the upper hand, Vivian plays his trumpet card. His forces spread out quickly and run around our flanks, surrounding us. We weren't quick enough to react. We're all too close together.
Stay close. If we can get through this, then we'll win. It looks like this was his plan all along.
But it was your plan too. They take slow, synchronized steps towards us. We all look for a weakness but can't find any. In a few minutes, they close in on us.
Yeah, this strategy reeks of desperation. Get us out of this, Monarch. Use that blade if you have to. There's no way he has more up his sleeve. Not after this.
They raise their blades and ready themselves to attack. They're still far away, but it's enough to intimidate us. I reach for my own weapon in response and unsheath it. I take slow steps forward, matching their synchronization. I flash bang the entire nation with my sword, and that gap is exactly where Vivian now stands. With my comrades also blinded, it might just be up to me. I grip the blade and watch Vivian panic in his sight-robbed state. The crowd goes silent, in awe of what's going on. They probably can't see. All eyes are on me. They know I use my blade to do this, and sure, it doesn't really matter. You're a coward to disarm his foes. Well, I'll just wait. No, I couldn't rely on the blade. Wait. Wait. Hold on. So Ulrich still sneaks up on me to knock me out? Really? They didn't even change that. Sorry, I can't have you, getting in the way. I mean, to be fair, I did also flashbang. So I wonder where he was. Was he just, like, hiding on the sidelines? And so he smashes my face to incapacitate me. And, let's see, so then... All I've ever wanted is for the better. You, Dominic Tashari, are all worthless pawns to me. Stop! In response, Ulrich readies his blade, stepping closer to Pro. I'm practically choking my own blood. The chatter turns into a roaring applause. Pro steps forward and plunges his dagger into Ulrich's gut. I look on in horror. A look of horror appears on his face as he does so, but he doesn't stop. Much like Shane did to Dominic, Pro attacks Ulrich, intending to kill. The shock of Ulrich's face is painful to look at. He was so certain that Pro lacked the resolve to harm him. That bet ended against his favor, and he slowly falls to the ground.
Ulrich, I'm sorry.
This is what I'm curious about, because Ulrich is currently immortal, and I don't think mundane weapons can actually kill him, so I wonder if he, like, actually just stabbed him a bunch, and because they knew he would survive? That's the last thing I can remember. Succumbing to grief and agony, I slowly pass out. Let's see. Okay, let's see. History. Waking up, Fortin immediately rises from his chair, everyone runs over to me, worries on their face. Okay. Yeah, I just woke up. Everybody's here, like, oh god. And Pro isn't greeting me. He stands in the corner of the room with his arms crossed. After what he just did, I'm not surprised he acts somewhat distant.
We were so worried, Monarch.
History. So we're... Oh, it did some damage. Your nose broke. No, he broke my snoot. Upon hearing this, Pro rolls his eyes. I can't believe it. Ulrich was dead. Pro killed him. Our alliance with J.Crew was secured. Was it worth it?
Yeah. Ulrich might not have sided with Dracu, but he sided with us. We're still going to secure the future he was fighting for. Alestia's future. He was a dear friend, and this loss will give me more power. More resolve.
A good outlook. Wasting time to mourn could cost us this entire war. We must make our way to the docks and meet with Dracu. Focus on the things that are within our control, Monarch.
Yep. Bro, why did you do this? You could have gone after Vivian.
Bro, why did you do this?
This is the same line of questioning.
Waited and went after Vivian.
Everyone looks shocked, but it was what we were all thinking. I was thinking, word Pro shakes his head and walks out of the room.
I asked you a question, you coward!
No use, he's already long gone, he abandoned us. As I know he wouldn't, or he's likely at the docks. Likely to the docks, I know he wouldn't abandon us.
Fortim.
Pro makes sure he's standing beside Fortim when he fills up the water. Fortim notices it is visibly angry, he's about to give out to him.
Look, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry.
I ate a bee
I
and my
understand
face is
one day,
swollen.
I promise.
Trust me. I can tell that you're
Fuck,
not
I have
sorry.
to not kill
There was no
dickhead.
remorse on your face when you killed him. And even now, I see no hint of sadness on your face. Forget
It's
it.
because it's all a ruse! You idiot!
I'm serious, Fortem.
So am I! Just leave me
Oh
alone.
my god, that venom.
We'd be better off without you.
I don't know if that line read was different, but that was some venom in his voice.
So am I!
So am
Leave
I!
me alone.
We're seeing him hit Pro like a knife to the heart. His eyes water up and I can tell he's on the verge of tears.
Fine. You win. But don't say I didn't try.
Ulrich's definitely better at taking. That was. Oh man. Poor Pro.
I know that everybody is focusing on the war right now. But I can't do that.
Don't know what to
Maybe
think.
I'm just...
Draku, there you are. Still happy you're in power, I assume.
Draku, there you are. Happy that you're still in power, I assume?
It went exactly as expected. We're ready to aid your attack on Balteus. I'll personally lead my army in the name of your monarch.
Awesome.
Wait, you're leaving Alarinthia? Will everything be fine in your absence?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I wouldn't worry about it. Vivian's defeat has made him hide his face in shame.
He was already hiding it,
I
let's
don't
be
think
honest.
anybody else will challenge the throne anytime soon. At least not in the next couple days. The attack is happening soon, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah, within a day or two.
Day or two.
After we get back to Mazea, we need to wrap things up. When we sail to Balteus, we might not be returning.
Have a little optimism, Domek. If anybody can slay a team of gods, it's us.
That's what Vivian said. Draku So, now this doesn't make sense. Why does Pro know who Sovi is? Although I guess he was there. He saw Sovi kill everybody. So that I guess that does make sense. Okay. Draku, restrain this man immediately. Take him to the brig and he can't escape. Do it before he is unarmed. Draku does as instructed. Does as instructed as Pro takes matters into his own hands. He's been doing that a lot lately, acting without any of our input. And it's probably for the best. Sovi is alone and seems harmless. Last time, he only did damage because of the honor guard. That, along with his apprentice and asshat, I really don't like him, was all he needed. Right now, he had none of that. For once, he seemed vulnerable. Magic's the sword off my back.
Once we set sail, come and
talk to me.
Sorry about that, but we need to get things moving. If we stay here any longer, we might get found out. And Sovi definitely can't hear what I need to say.
Found out? What does he mean? He looks around worried, which confuses me.
Everybody, come here. I've been keeping a secret from all of you.
Surprise, Ulrich.
Not just me, but hold on, you'll see.
We look around, clueless as to what he's talking about. With all his instructions, we all gather around him. He tilts his head to the side, looking behind one of the nearby trees. What happens next? He was all speechless. You can come out now. And then from behind a group of trees steps out a man. They have a cloak covering their body, but which they slowly drop to the ground.
It's about time. Hiding in fright isn't really my style. Sorry to worry you, everybody.
Hiding in fright.
I really am.
Bro and Ulrich high-five each other and hug.
Yeah, putting on this act was getting hard. Let's get on that ship and tell... Yeah,
Shit.
Putting on this act was getting hard. Let's get on that ship and tell everybody our secret.
Before Ulrich can even act, he's bombarded with hugs from our comrades. The man they thought was killed in cold blood, quote-unquote, now stands before them. I am shocked, confused, but also a little relieved. What's going on here?
Hey now, cut that out. It's nice to know that you missed me, at least. But we should get going before they know I'm still alive.
Yeah, but Draku's with us.
Find out we cheated, they'll invalidate the victory. I know you want an explanation, so let's talk about it on the ship. We should set sail right away so nobody catches on to us.
They start to walk toward the ship, but Domek stops them.
Wait, you cheated? How are we going to break this news to our new partner? If they find out, they might just break off our alliance.
It worked out in their benefit, so I doubt they'd care. Let's get going. We'll explain the story on our way home.
I feel like Draku would actually care, but I don't know. Ulrich was willing to throw everything away. changing Alarinthia was his dream, he always said so. Siding with Proic and dismissing his chance to do it was odd. There was obviously a chance that I'd side with Vivian, but I didn't. I'd have to talk to Ulrich later, There had to be more to the story.
Skip! You should probably tell Draku what really went down. I doubt he'd mind, and at least he wouldn't find out another way. In the meantime, we need to have a word with our new prisoner.
Right, I'll tell him while you do that then. But I think we've also earned some much-needed rest.
Very close
Let's take
to
the day
immediately
off
start
and meet
streaming.
back up here in the morning.
I told you, I lost sleep over this game, okay? That, and I'm not gonna be able to stream later. Some last-minute plans kind of came up, so, like, I'll be ending around, like, 8 o'clock-ish, so in a couple hours. So like, that was, like, reason 1. Reason 2 is, yes, this is just, I haven't been able to, I'm so upset. I'm still upset. So, I guess I'll catch you up real quick. The first thing I did was go back and listen to everything they had to say, and then I made the other choice that the thing gave me. And they gave one line for Dominic, and it was just like, "You are utterly crushed at the death of your close friend and lover." That just sums up my feeling. But yeah, I'm still crushed. But right now we're doing the purity ending. Not that I think it's going to change anything, but because I don't think they matter. I think the choices matter more than what, like, side of the scale they affect. Also, I'm dating Valessa in this one. And Fortin was teasing the hell out of her and calling her queen. It was really funny.
That is, if it's okay with...
Let's not pamper Draku for the time being. Also, funnily enough, Ulrich is still the one to beat your face in. Fox Queen. Is she a fox? I mean, I guess foxes are just dogs on cat software. Or is it the other way around? Yep. It's true, there's no guarantee that I'd side with Vivian. Michiba's goal, loyalty, proof, skip. Oh my god, there we go.
Monarch?
Now this is where I have to be sad. Like, actually sad, because I'm pretty sure siding with him gave me corruption. I will save... What's this one, right? Yeah, purity. Save there. Oh, Ulrich's now at the back. Makes sense. I'm sorry! No more than 6. No, don't quick load. No, I want a quick save now. I'm pretty sure that's the right choice. Well, I'm not happy with that choice. I want Sylvie to be I want to be friends with Sylvie. 80 purity? Yeah, okay, yeah, that was the right one. And no lucky 7s, just only 6. There's no way I could take such a risk. If he turned against us, he could destroy the entire cause. That was too risky. If his exile was even real, he'd be stuck with it.
Very well.
I'm sorry! Okay. Hey.
He's a strong...
Wait. Why wasn't that done? Did I oh, don't tell me I skipped all the dialogues. Oh, wait.
Hey.
No. Yeah, let's go to the world map. I need to now catch this up. Oh god. No, not Val North. Fuck. Need to go to Mazio. I'm gonna go to Rebel HQ. Go to... here? I hope I didn't just, like, actually speedrun literally everything. I don't know if having all the conversations matters, but maybe it does. Oh, wait, these are just the skits, though. Fuck. Alright. Also, they did confirm that this is just Madoka Magica. they kept resetting, and that kept making the sword stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger until the sword would be strong enough to kill the idol. Because apparently the idol is its own entity that just goes around killing worlds. So they decided, let's just, like, trap it somewhere and then get strong enough to kill it. And apparently the cycle has gone on for millions upon millions of times or some shit like that. It's a bit contrived if you ask me, but... Surrounding region. Also, I saw an achievement.
It's a lot taller than I thought it'd be.
Well, it doubles as a sort of hotel. I'm assuming the topmost floors are private rooms.
Yup. And they were going through, like, trying to figure out how to power up the blade. Yeah. And then, like, it got to the point where, like, the spirits, like, then, like, Valinor became a thing, and then at some point, I was born, and then, like, all the spirits gave us the energy, and then boom, there you go. There's your Madoka. And now they just kept resetting to make me and the blade stronger. Oh my god. Madoka Magica was... Did I cry during that anime? There's only been a handful of animes that have, like, made me actually cry. I think Steins Gate was one of them, too. I think Madoka Magica was. I can't think of anything recently, though.
Yo, really? That's cool. Maybe we can rest before we leave.
Hey, there was an achievement that was like, learn the secrets of Peregrino or something.
If we have the time, perhaps we can. It might be nice to explore this place in person. I've read about it and heard lots of stories.
What kind of stories?
If they're true, you'll see for yourself.
If I can treat...
Really? You sure fooled me.
Wait, hold on. What is this? What was that? Trees stretch up his hat. Oh. I think I know what this is about.
Wow, look at all these trees. They'd be perfect for climbing. Mind if I take a quick detour?
Oh, Fortum.
Come on, Fortum. We don't have time. Aren't there more important matters at hand?
From sheer height.
Practice, how will I ever climb the grand
How does
tree?
that work?
You gotta give me some time every once in a while, Valessa.
Perhaps, but not now. I don't have time to treat any injuries.
I can treat them myself.
Really?
Oh,
You sure
Your
fooled
Lie in
me.
April was another one, I think.
Really?
Really?
It's
Click on everything.
Something like that, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Oh, hey. So that's what it stands for.
What are these shields here for? What are these shields here for? What are these shields here for?
Idiot.
Mostly for design, I'm assuming.
Actually, I've asked Aaron about those. They were used during the raid on the Triumvirate. You know, the one where they stole the Blade of Exodus.
Can't say I've ever cried out of height.
So it's in memoriam then?
Something like that, yeah. And he said something about the fire in our hearts. Though I'm guessing that's related to the fireplace.
The man has a reason for everything, I guess. It seems a lot of thought was put into this tavern.
Tavern? Isn't it a bar? I've heard quite a few people call it Peregrino Bar. In fact, they even started calling it PB for short.
Those are my initials.
PB. What an odd name.
Fuck you! Well, fuck you too, Ulrich. Asshole. Saying I have a weird name. PB. Right, that's the name of the cat. It's not... Like, when I see PB, I just think peanut butter. Or my own name. But I believe Festus Furs' mascot's name is PB, and I think it's personal best. I could be wrong. It might be something else. Okay, I need to go find Hal, actually. Fuck. Valley North, surrounding region. We want to go to East Crown. Yes.
Besides, we were not asking for permission.
You're right. Something I wanted to know. Something important, why not? It doesn't matter to me. Alright, that was all we needed to do for that. Now we can go do everybody's heart-to-heart. HQ. And to think about that one. No Zovi Sag. Little Disney
Monarch, we may be take their... You may think it's quite... It seems that it is very... But when we look at it this way...
I believe you. Earned Hal's loyalty.
Besides, I'm a bit biased here in almost every regard. You're right.
Domic's loyalty. I love you. Ulrich, your turn. Move the curse. Ulrich's loyalty, get. Bro. Let him go, man. Bro's loyalty, get. Tim's loyalty scene, let him win. Loyalty, get. Valessa. Make them your own.
Make them my own, huh?
It's kind of bizarre.
I think I like the sound of that.
It's kind of bizarre that, like, everybody else, you're like, let go of it. And then for her, it's just like, nah, don't let go of it. Keep it and do something better with it. Which is why I was kind of, like, torn on Domix's choice. Is because I had, like, 1 and 1. If I let go. I'm never letting go of him. Oh. What's happening here? History. Well, I guess I now need to focus on important stuff. The kind of person I want to be if the war is over. I'm no longer held back by anything, so I guess my dreams are the limit. She smiles and blesses softly.
And as long as we're talking about dreams...
Taking a step forward, she places her hands in mine. I smile at her and give them a soft squeeze, which she returns.
I never would have dreamed that we'd become this close. We've gone through so much together and become so strong. You're part of the reason I was brave enough to face my past like this. But with my past taken care of, I'd like to look toward the future. And if there's one thing I want the most, it's for you to be a part of it. You know, I keep thinking back to that dance we had. I felt so special. There were so many eyes on us, though. I felt kind of restricted. I mean, I wanted to kiss you. That's what you're supposed to do, right? At the end of a dance, of course. I think it's tradition or something like that. It's just that...
That's adorable. Before she can finish, I step forward and slowly move my face towards hers. I stop halfway and wait for her to close the distance. Her face is bright red. Why are your eyes open? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you shouldn't have your eyes open during that kind of a thing, right? Although I guess it still would be kind of awkward if you're just left there hanging. Also, because of fisheye lens perspective, everything would look weird if you're that close, right? When our lips touch together, I feel as if the world stops moving. It was just for... This was our moment. Just for the two of us. I move my head back and let my hands find their way to her sides. She stammers and looks around the cove, clearly embarrassed and shy.
I guess that does it then. All this time, and I only had to ask. I'm glad to finally know how you feel, for sure.
She takes a deep breath of relief, as if a massive weight was now gone. I totally understand. This was a big deal for her, and for me as well.
Should we head back then?
Loyalty get.
I guess you have other things to tend.
Yep. Okay. I believe that sets this save up to progress. Fury, 80%. I need to go. I thought I clicked on this one. Ultimate intimacy. World map. Voltaeus. Wait, no, I understand. Yes. Skip! True to his words, Sophie was nowhere to be seen. It's probably for the best. Letting him help was too risky. A part of me wonders if I'd ever see him again after this. Yep. Turn to leave, but we're quickly interrupted. It was the last person I'd expect to see, but I'm not surprised.
Leaving without me, Domek? I thought you wanted me to come along.
Right, you're alive. I forgot about that.
Hey, Grizz, happy to see you. We weren't leaving, just getting on board. Hopefully everyone else will take the hint and follow suit.
Fair enough.
So Grizz is going
Hey
to
there,
die.
Domek
He's taking
told
Sophie's
me
place, I
everything when you
think.
got back from Alarinthia. It seems like we were looking at things the wrong way all along.
Yeah, Grizz survives in this timeline because the pure choice is to do the stuff in the HQ with the Spirit Shrine yourself, instead of letting him kill himself, or, honorably suicide to achieve his goal. So, yeah, so he lives. Other choices are... Other different choices are, we have Draku with us. And... Oh, we didn't convert Peregrino into a wartime barracks. That's like the other thing, I think. The important thing that I can think of.
At least I
Oh my god, I forgot about
was.
that.
I thought that my death in those tunnels would redeem me. But now I know that my fate lies elsewhere, in Balteus.
I think he's gonna go with us and Ulrich in place of Sovi and die. I'm glad that his outlook has changed. I couldn't let him kill himself back in our HQ. He was just lost and needed some direction.
At first, I was furious that you denied me my
You didn't
redemption.
seem furious.
But when Domek came to see me, I looked at it differently. I was meant to survive those tunnels and help your final attack.
He holds out his hand, awaiting my response.
What do you say? To the Triumvirate's fall? Mazeo can rest with Lilith
Oh, I
for
get to do
now.
the speech again. Lilith. Ah. Yeah, to the Triumvirate's fall. I shake his hand, and his grip is firm. The support our cause is getting overwhelms me.
Thank you, Monarch.
I got the cross eyes.
Let's put the past
keep
behind
forgetting
us.
about it.
Honestly, I think all of us want to forget about those tunnels. I promise that from here on out, I'll maintain a clear mind.
I nod and we start making our way towards the boat. Our vessel is the same one we used to get to Alarinthia. It's a bit bigger than the rest and would work as a mobile HQ. When we get to the deck, I turn around and look at the docks. Everyone is saying their final goodbyes, since we might not make it back. I give them all the time they need and slowly watch as they board our fleet. Actually, I might not make it back either. That thought fills me with fright. Thinking when I was looking at the Mazans, in their breath, whatever. Well, they turn around to the crew. Making crew, the atmosphere seems tense. Dominic and Hal almost immediately are grouped together and inspecting parchments. It looks important, as if they're locked in discussion. They don't seem to be arguing with one another. As I walk toward them, I see what's happening. I'm immediately interrupted by my comrades. Happy to see them aboard, there's a quick exchange of hugs and pleasantries. They seem excited. Perhaps they really are, or perhaps they're putting on an act to hide how scared they are. I could have said frightened, but I said scared. I don't know why. Either way, it's best to make the most of any happy moments. This was the calm before the storm, one final storm.
Hey there, Monarch. Glad to see you made it here.
I don't have Domek PTSD, you can't prove anything. They glance at the scrolls that they're holding, notice Grizz's signature on them, as well as a Mazaean seal. Ah! Convenient! How so convenient that we have a triumvirate expert in our ranks. Yeah. So one part of it, Tack, is this game has wounded me emotionally very deeply, and I got no sleep and couldn't focus at all today. And two, because somebody needs my help later tonight. So I couldn't stream at my normal time. You don't sleep, Tack. I'm convinced of this. Not because of bee-eating fox furries. I see Fran, I read it as foxes. I tried to. He worked for the Tremblet too, and sure his intel would be valuable.
I guess I should tell everybody.
Oh right, culmination of being absolutely pure. Champions of the rebellion, my family. It is our time to be heard. And it is time for our enemy to realize that they are wrong. Never again will our homes be seized. Himself, shut up. This journey could have easily compromised us and forces us to do unspeakable things. But we can't rest easy knowing that we've clung to our values and traditions. We are better than them. That's exactly why we will win. Okay. We leave behind a world of freedom. We will embrace everybody who has been wrongfully oppressed. Put simply, we will give hope to those who have found their own was stolen. To the triumvirate, the number is far too high, but it ends now. No longer the victims blinded by revenge. No longer servants find themselves lost on a quest for redemption. Crowds roaring. We have more power than any group of people who have ever spoken up against the triumvirate. With visions just like my own, we have an army of seers to fight with us. Able to see the future in every move they can make, we'll be unstoppable. We'll have the blade, but most importantly we have this. Using the blade, we'll create a world just like Salazar always envisioned. Not everybody will see eye to eye with our vision, but that's fine. We need we will never force anybody over to our way of thinking. We will never rule through fear. The blade back in the scabbard. For the rebellion, not the monarchy. The white smile. Skip. Oh right, yeah. Vivian approaches you here when you're sleeping and freaks you out. So you pick up the sword.
Put that thing down, Monarch. It's not the answer to all your problems.
Hehe. It's just Draco, that's a relief.
It appears that there's been some complications.
Yes.
Balmec wanted me to tell you that you're needed on deck.
Fuckhead.
You'll see what I mean when you get up there. Alright?
He made that decision so quick and I don't regret it. Maybe. If it saves Pro, I'm gonna be kinda tight. But at the same time, I don't know what else would save Pro. Wait, so Tech, did you just get up? Or have you not gone to sleep? Because I was kind of talking to you throughout the day. When did you last sleep? This just now occurred to me. I nod. It must be important if he's interrupting my rest. As I start to walk away, Draco puts a hand on my shoulder.
And I just wanted to tell you that I know what happened in Alarinthia. I know that Pro and Ulrich teamed up in order to throw our fight.
I gulp, unsure of how Draco would react to such news. But much to my surprise, he lets out a hearty laugh.
I haven't been that amused in ages, to be honest. It was wonderful. Vivian was obsessed with intelligence. Brains over brawn, that sort of thing. There's a beautiful irony in outsmarting a man who prides himself on his intellect. Okay with it. In addition to that, we sent a message to every Alarinthian. Those who wish to change our ways are doomed to failure. Others may rise up, in time. But for now, my reign is safe. And for that, I commend you. Good luck on deck. I think you'll need it.
He loses the grip on my shoulder for a moment. I was scared things would go south. I am glad that he was so accepting of what transpired. Dropping the issue from my mind, I head to the deck. I had no idea why Dominic needed me, but that thought was frightening. Slowly ascending the steps, my mind is plagued with unfortunate possibilities. Incapacitate. He didn't deserve to die, that much was clear. Quick save. Right. That was the correct choice. Yeah, 90% pure. Okay. That means you have to kill Halen then, I think. There had to be a chance that he'd see reason in the future. If I went on to win this war, maybe he'd see things differently.
You took everything from me!
No, you. His anger and rage empowers him, and I start to tremble even more. It takes a lot to resist the strength of a man wielding the blade of Exodus. I do my best to buy time until I find the right opportunity to contest his words.
You were born with everything I worked so hard to achieve!
Shut up, you already said that. As just get more angry and desperate, I decide to take action, let him overpower me, step to the side, dodge a swing. Shut up. But immediately after, and much to his surprise, I phase the blade back into my hands. Leads caught off guard, I raise the blade in the air and smash the base against his head. He screams and stumbles back, knocked into a daze. I step forward and do the same thing again. Yes! If only it ended with his death. Wait, is it? Okay. I'm careful not to go too far. I stop the moment I find enough time to make my escape. He slumps down on the ground, almost knocked unconscious. I can hear him cry and whimper. There was no way to know if he'd make it out of this alive, but at least the had a chance. Okay, god damn it. Your minor spelling or grammar mistakes just make me stroke out. But at least he had a chance. Unless, I guess, his pronoun... Does anybody use the as a pronoun? That would be interesting, to say the least.
Tomek!
Shut your ass. You lack the right to speak that name. As of a distraction, I had to get moving. I look back at Dickface. It's crushing how far he seems to have fallen. When I saw Dominic again, it might not be wise to even tell him what happened. Nothing is different. The doors swing wide open, startling me. Look around, it's Grizz! Around, see Grizz, look around, oblivious to my presence. After a few moments, he notices me and lets out a nervous laugh.
I never thought I'd see this place again. This is where I used to live. Before I joined the Triumvirate. A simple shepherd. That's all I was. They said they saw greatness in me.
Oh, so you also know how this place looked.
But now I know that all they saw was a naive man ready to serve. They prey on the weak, on those whose minds can be warped. I'm a different man now.
He thinks too hard.
But perhaps my change came too late.
He steps forward and places a hand on the table.
I don't know if this is important or not, but Balteus has changed.
Spilled my water.
It used to be a beautiful place, but now it's almost like it's dying.
Interesting.
I can't put my finger on it, but something bad is happening here. So be careful, all right? We can't lose you, Monarch. But if it's within your power, I'd like to see Balteus restored. Placing your throne here and settling down would be a good idea.
I agree, even though I'm not entirely sure of what he's talking about. Balteus had changed, it's dying, I'm not sure how that works. But he's not the one to lie, so I just let him continue talking.
They made me kill my flock of sheep
you
before
told me
joining
this.
them. They said it symbolized the death of my old life and the start of my new one. I felt awful, but I still chose to comply. I wasn't the smartest when I was younger.
Did he tell this story to... I feel lied to, you beat this game and you're playing this game more and I still haven't seen one single cat. His secretary is a cat. Yeah, I don't think there's any cats from here on out. Unless... No, because they're not. What are you talking about, lied to? There's like 3 cat characters. Just wait till we get to the corruption side of things. You'll see the cat pirate. There are cats. I don't think there's any in this ending, though. They're just few and far between.
That's why I wear the skin of my favorite sheep. I called him
I think he told this
Lassiter.
to his secretary.
I wore
That's
him
why I
as
know
a
this.
tribute, but he slowly turned into a symbol of my resentment. Seeing him every day, that constant reminder, was part of why I defected. I couldn't live with what I did, so I sought redemption. Of course, you know the rest, so I won't bore you. Thank you for listening to an old man's ramblings.
I give him my sympathy. That was an awful thing to experience. They use their status as gods to manipulate a young, impressionable people. I can imagine that abandoning your moral code is easier if you impress gods like them. I'm glad that he survived those tunnels, and chose to assist us in the final battle. I make sure to tell him that, and he gives me a wide smile in exchange.
That means a lot. It really does. I want to see the triumvirate
Ulrich
fall,
also
even
killed
if it
his
means
family.
losing my life. Giving
That's
everybody
right.
out there a happy future, now that would let me rest easy. Of course, my survival would be preferable. I promise not to do anything too reckless. You have my word. That's all I can really give you for now. I hope that it's enough.
He starts walking around the shack inspecting things. I forgot about the meat on the table. There seems to be a lot of memories here. If this was where he used to live, it's probably best to leave him to himself, given the current circumstances. There's much left to do, I suppose. Skip! Oh yeah, there's just like a random intermission. Next. Yes. Skip! I'll go with Pro. Ah, that means I can kill Shane. Probably.
I'll go with Pro, if that's okay with you. I know the layout of the castle, and he'll need some backup. We can't expect him to hold off an entire horde of suits at once.
Very well. Grizz will accompany Pro. The two of them will have no problem clearing the castle. The bulk of the honor guard will be with me in the town square. Alright, that takes care of Hal, Pro, and myself. The rest of you will accompany the monarchs.
Well, does not having Sovik actually just get Ulrich killed? That's what I'm...
Yeah, I'm certain.
Oh.
It came from Grizz's files. If there's any...
History. Using this pass, you can go around Voltaire. Oh yeah, so talking about the pass, how do you learn about this trail? I can be certain it's not a trap.
Yeah, I'm certain. It came from Grizz's files. If there's anyone I trust about this nation, it's him.
Also, Tack, if you look close enough, I mean, you don't even have to look that close. Just, like, look at their chibis. These are clearly cats. So I think they're just in disguise. I honestly don't know why they look like cats when they're, like, chibi-fied. Like, this is a bunny. Why doesn't he have long ears? Those are Squishy's dog. Incoming Squish. There it is. Before you even sent it. I knew what you were doing, Tack. I'm in your head.
Alright, fair enough. So the four of us will take the trail to the castle.
I don't think they would have rewritten the fight for Halen. I'm really curious how Ulrich is probably going to die.
Not all the way, I'm afraid. I'll need some of you to split up on the way. There's another map here, just a second.
Yeah. Oh my god. That was a skip. Okay. Jalessa, you're last. Hello, Hal. I'm not going to clear your things.
The spirits would be more useful in the blade than this body.
I want to try this. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be responsible for their extinction. Even if they were already dead, I couldn't be the one to end it. I let him know that fact, and I can tell he is immediately upset.
Very well, Monarch. It is a mistake, but it is your mistake to make. After all, you still live, free to make your own choices.
Oh my god.
Self-voicing enabled. Howl, very well, Tesher. It is a
Tesher.
mistake, but it is your mistake to make. After all, you still live free to make your own choices.
Oh my god, he is pissed.
Self-voicing disabled.
I don't think I've ever seen this expression from this sprite. With a stern look on his face, he storms out of the room. I can tell that I let him down, but I think I made the right choice. As I turn back to face the room, I keep telling myself that fact. Oh boy. I'll experiment with this one. I'm curious to see if...
I have to ask you something, though. If the people don't
Do it
respect
the
you,
right
good.
way.
I don't see any reason to keep it around after the war is over.
Do that
So,
all along.
good. I'd hate for us to die, especially after how far we've come. But we're about to fight the Triumvirate. It's a real possibility. All we can really do is ensure that we fight with no regrets. Now, I have my fair share of regrets, that much is certain. But with your help, I'd like to put some of them to rest. I've been wanting to for a while, but I'm just scared.
Scared? I think I know what he's getting at.
You know, shaking a hand is such a simple thing. Yet I cower in fear whenever
Yep, I knew
somebody
it.
offers it to me.
I knew.
Even the thought of it is enough to fill me with anxiety.
I knew it was gonna get changed to a handshake if he didn't romance him. I knew it.
But you know what? So does fighting the Triumvirate. Despite that fact, I'm standing strong and ready to fight. So, what do you say? To the fall of the Triumvirate?
He holds out his hand, and I can see it shaking. I ask him if he's sure. This is a big deal, after all.
Of course I'm sure. It's time to get over this silly fear. You know, we'll be dealing with a lot of people after this is over. Not being able to shake the hands of our subjects, that's not good. After all we've been through, I just think you deserve the honours. And I can think of no better toast than a toast to the fall of our enemies. So, like
But we're
I
not
said,
drinking.
let's
Idiot.
do this and move forward as a stronger people.
Yes, as stronger people, I shake his hand with a firm grip. If he was scared, he doesn't show it.
This is all thanks to you, Monarch. It really is.
God,
You
if you
told
die
me to
again,
leave behind those
I'm going
memories
to
of my
cry.
past. At first I thought it would dishonor the memory of my mother. But I'm not forgetting about her. I could never do that. I'm just forgetting about the pain I felt on that fateful day. And with that gone, I can handle anything that comes my way.
Leaves the room with the biggest smile on his face. I know this is a big step for him, and he's incredibly proud. If he uses that pride on the battlefield, then our enemies stood no chance. Just like he said, the Triumvirate would fall, we'd be victorious. Okay. Reliving heartbreak aside, Ulrich.
And I have to say, I agree with your choices. Keeping Peregrino as a tavern? I thought about that for a while. Anybody who values alcohol that much is good in my books.
Oh my god, you're a drunkard! He smiles at me and places a hand on my shoulder.
When I look back on times like that, I realize how far we've come.
Yeah, interesting. What do you have to say, Pro? What do you have to say, Fortum?
You know, I've been thinking about what I should do after the war.
Ah!
And I think I want to move to Museo.
So he switched
I
his
wanna help
roles
the
with
nation reform.
Valessa.
It's been hurt so much, even by our parents. It deserves happiness. Valessa has her calling as the next elder of Valinor.
Or your
I'd be your
wife.
scribe, if visions weren't becoming a thing of the past. At the end of the day, it seems like the smartest choice for me to make. That is, if I don't die during the battle tomorrow.
If you
I
die,
know what you're gonna
everybody's
say.
dead, I think.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. I wish that were true. But it's not. We need to be realistic here. There's a chance that we could lose this war tomorrow.
Nope.
There's a chance that all of us could die.
There we go. Alright, let's see how this goes. Skip. You play.
Especially since I'm expected to lead Valinor.
Okay, what are you saying? Really scared, might not survive. I mean, victory comes at a cost. What is the cost to pay? Winning without my friends would feel hollow.
Especially since I'm expected to lead Valinor after all this is over. Without you and Fortum, I just feel so lost in this world.
So
You give me strength, and I'll be needing that strength.
I think Fortum and Valessa are hard to kill, because I think the only way to really do it is to just ignore their loyalty quest line. So you just ignore them, and I think that's how they'll die. Because, like, you tell Valessa not to pick up her daggers, you fail the quest line. For Fortum, like, the only thing that says that kept him alive was that he loved everybody, or something to that effect. So I think that just being nice to him is what gives him the drive to not die. That's what I feel is going on here. I tell her that I'm not planning on going anywhere. Whatever comes next, we'd handle it as a team. We didn't come this far just to perish in the end.
I really need to stop thinking so far ahead. This is the eve of our final battle.
I said that last time. Oh boy.
If I do,
It'll
end
just
up
be
dying
poor
out
Tim
there,
Dum Dum.
I just want Valinor to be okay. Can you promise me that you'll find a capable elder to replace me? They don't have to share my views. I just want our home to prosper.
I nod. That's definitely something I could do for her. As if I survived, but I don't display such doubt right now. It's best that I try to look strong and resolute for my allies. Yep. Let's see, what did she say? I wonder what would have happened if things were different. Okay.
Would we still...
Yes? Oh, god damn it. Okay. Let's see, she steps forward and places her hand in mine.
Would we still be as close as we are right now? You know, that moment we shared in Museo was so special. Given time, I want this bond to grow even stronger. Do you?
I nod. I made the choice to pursue this relationship after all. Just the way that's worded. But she's right. We might not be this close if not for the hardships. At least it's proof that even in war, beautiful things can still happen.
I don't want to rush this and do something stupid. Part of me wants to, given the circumstances, but we shouldn't. Let's just make a vow. We'll both survive.
Oh god.
And take things slow.
With a smile, she squeezes my hands and I do so in return. Taking a step forward, she places a soft kiss on my cheek. I smile back and wrap my arms around her as tight as I can.
I really hope we make it through this.
I try not to get sad, but my eyes tear up ever so slightly. Hugging her tighter, I rub my hands up and down her back. We've come too far to lose each other. That's what I tell her.
Thank you.
A few moments later, we break the hug. But when I do, I feel closer than we ever have before.
Thank you so much for inviting me over, Mom.
Yep. Okay. I don't want to save. Because I'm curious what happens with Howl. Yeah. With Grizz, I presume?
With Grizz too, I presume?
Right, he's going to the castle.
Yes, of course. You know me.
Do not forget your comrades either. The success of your group will determine everything. Do not waver. Do not falter. Your rule hangs in...
So did he still burn it? Yeah, he does. So he burns this regardless. We need a beacon to lure the honor guard. Huh. That choice really made no difference. Other than just royally pissing him off. I wonder if that causes him to survive. I nod. This was happening so fast. Skip. I nod. This would have to survive to the goodbye. After I gather up Valessa, Ulrich, and Fortim, we decide to head out. If we hurried, we could get through town square before the suits came. Skip. Pro and Grizz enter the castle, careful not to attract any attention. The staircase in the middle is one that led to the chambers, for sure. That meant they'd have to lure the honor guard off to the left or right side. Paths on either side of the stairs lead to other sections of the castle. If Pro had to guess, they'd say that they led to the living quarters or practice rooms. Much to their luck, a horde of honor guard were gathered at the base of the stairs.
All right.
Not so loud, Pro. We need a plan before they find us. Let's look for something we can use as a distraction.
Pro examines the area. Candelabra. Gonna smash windows with it.
That'll have to do. Come on, Grizz. Let's do this already. Hopefully the Monarch isn't too far behind.
Starts moving towards the candle holder, but Grizz grabs his shoulder.
No, not that side. It leads to the dining hall.
There it is.
Dead end. You'd
Right,
only be
Grizz has to
signing
live.
your own death warrant.
Grizz has to live. So... Okay, well, that's one person saved. Bro nods without a word, they make their way to the other side of the room. They both grab one of the stands and shake off the candles on the other end, and they shatter because these are the hardest candles in existence.
Hey, over here!
In unison, both Pro and Grizz start breaking the windows with their weapons. The honor guard takes notice immediately and starts sauntering over. I was not expecting to read the word sauntering. They're just casually going over there. It's a Sunday walk. Pro grins, laughing softly at how easy it was to distract the suits.
Perfect. Now we just need to make a trail. Come on! Don't let us get away!
Grizz. Run down the hallway, shattering window after window. This trail broken glass, user in the follow. Yeah!
They're getting close. Be on your guard, Domek. I'll have my men protect you and Howl.
Yes, of course, I appreciate it. I'll be watching their backs as well.
Yep. Well,
It reminds me of the drums in the Colosseum. Before every fight, they'd put on quite a show. Nothing got my blood pumping more.
I think
Then
Vivian
we
said the
trust
same
that you
thing.
perform admirably. Show us that siding with you was the right choice. Every step we've ever taken has led us to this moment.
And we got the fucking Harvester music back. And Draku smirks.
We'll give the world something to sing about. Trust me, they'll tell tales of this battle.
As they talk, the first horde comes into view. Now they arrive in the same spot. I have everyone else, so let them catch up. Fortum is staring at the dragon.
This is so cool.
We're gonna win this, I can feel it. She smiles and offers me her hand. I grab it and hold on to it as we follow Ulrich. I pray with every fiber of my being that she's right. After what seems like an eternity, I think Sovi has to be with us. I just don't know how Ulrich's going to die. Like, with how, like, much quote-unquote replacement they've done with the dialogue, I don't think there's an entirely different scene written for Halen. So I feel like Ulrich has to be the one that just steps in instead of Sovi. But I don't know. Because, like, where I see Ulrich dying is, like, doing this bridge crossing and then when we meet Halen for the first time and we have to fight through all the things. I've never been more terrified in my life. The end was finally within reach. Skip. Me and Valessa give... Oh boy. Stay behind me, use the bridge to our benefit, chokehold. Okay. Me and Valessa give Ulrich a firm nod. Because Ulrich and Sovi last time. A moment later, he charges into the crowd. They stood no chance. Ulrich was too good at this. Suits crumble and fall apart as he crosses the bridge. Wide swings of his greatsword take out almost 10 of them at a time. But I notice a large portion at the horde of the horde at the back has bows. Have bows, I think. I shout at him, letting him know of the danger.
I know.
Yep. You fucking liar. Fucking liar. But then again, I guess if there's like a shit ton of them shooting at you, one of them's bound to hit their mark. Ugh. I suppose it's a good strategy. After I unsheath the Blade of Excess, I step forward. My goal is to find an opening so I can hop in and assist Ulrich. No such opening comes, he slays them too quickly. Valessa knows the archers prepare to shoot.
Quick! Grab one!
Both rush forward, each of them are enemies. Skip. Wait. Run alongside the bridge. Wait, let's see. So... yeah, they turn around to shoot Fortum. Yep, some miss, but one of them pierces his side. Quick run along the bridge. I have a better... Alright, I have a better suggestion. Push past Ulrich. You're right, because I pushed past both of them. Every single one of them would pay. Blade suits Fortum, he's fine. Ulrich and I smile at one another. Valessa, however, has a look of shock on her face.
Oh no.
What? But he wanted to drop to fall to a window and get inside to safety. I can see that his clothes are covered in blood from the arrow wound. Eventually he makes it inside. We're all relieved for a few seconds. Seemed like all hope was lost. This is thinking like, now my sword was getting a little tired. Let's get going. We don't have much time. Oh, right. Oh no. We turn back in the direction as her. There's more behind her. In the battle, we look at the bulk of the battle. As another horde is marching in our direction. Yeah. Ulrich readies his sword. We watch them walk toward us in unison, and he fills the air with doubt. What are you talking about? Let's see. So, you need to go. Okay, so Valessa is doing the thing again.
I said you need to go. Get inside the castle. Help Fortim kill the triumvirate. Just do it. Let me keep them occupied. I'll fight them off.
I can't let you throw your life away, Valessa.
We don't have any other option. The Monarch needs you in there, Ulrich. Right now, I'm the only expendable option.
Don't say that.
No, you're not expendable. We need you. Let me stay and fight. I know how those things work. If you give me some time, I can take them all down.
This isn't up for debate. Sorry. You need to go. And fast.
I got stung by a bee. Ulrich backs down, realizing there's no point. Each second, action, whatever. Valessa pulls out her mother's daggers with a gulp, and she lives. Wraps her arms around me and gives me a tight hug. I return it, and then she looks back up at me and kisses my lips. Aww. After telling her that I love her, I tell her to stay safe and survive.
Is that an order?
Yeah.
Then I guess I have no choice. I love you, Monarch. Never forget that. I'll see you in the atrium when this is all over.
A moment later, we're both off in opposite directions. Yep. Pro and Grizz paths lead to a large hallway, plenty of open space to fight and destroy the horde in pursuit of them. The distraction worked perfectly. Now they just had to deal with the company.
Bro, what weapons do you have?
Grizz readies a large warhammer.
Daggers. My favorite. Up close and personal.
He draws them and stands beside Grizz. Why did he need kitchen knives last time?
So, you've fought these things before?
Yeah, plenty of times. It'll be a piece of cake. Trust me.
Fucking Sean Chiplock, why are you in everything all of a sudden? I think it's just because I now know the name, so I recognize it.
Right.
A few moments pass, the honor guard finally catches up with them. The horde seems to have tripled in size. Everything was going their way. At this rate, the Monarch should have almost no opposition at all.
Be mindful of where you stand, Pro. If this hammer is good at anything, it's crowd control. I don't want to hit you while I'm fighting off the enemy.
That would be bad.
Yeah, got it. I'll stay low and out of your way.
Grizz nods and they stand side by side as enemies fill the room.
Ready?
Of course, he's got ramps. Pro gulps.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. They charge into the crowd and the fighting begins. Pro makes sure to stay below shoulder height as Grizz swings his hammer. He takes out about 10 or more suits with every swing of that mighty weapon. Pro rolls on the floor, taking them out with precise stabs into the abdomen. Shattering like glass, their suits are falling at a rate that guarantees their victory. Both men pant from exhaustion as they fight what was hopefully their last fight. For peace in all of Alestia. All they had to do was prevail. As the crowds thin out, they press their backs against one another. The enemies may swing their swords, but they land no hits.
So, this is what I was meant to do.
Spin.
Huh?
Grizz swings his hammer and takes out 10 more. Then seconds later, they are back to back once again.
Back in Mazeo, I was ready to throw my
life
away.
Survive?
You know, to atone for what I did in the Triumvirate's name. I'm glad that I didn't. I was meant to end them, not myself.
There you go. Pro smiles at his ally.
I'm glad you made the right choice then!
He lunges forward, continue to kill the suits of armor. Grizz scoffs, a wide smile appearing on his face as he fights.
No, not me. It's all thanks to the Monarch.
The battle continues, but the enemy stood no chance. They were killing the suits faster than they entered the room. And after what seemed like an eternity, they entered no more. Pro falls to his knees, struggling to catch his breath. Even Grizz seemed winded as well. What a thrilling dance that was. However, as they learn moments later, it's not yet come to an end. Another group of groups starts making its way into the large hallway. They laugh. Of course, this wouldn't be as easy as they thought. Charging into the crowd again, the fight continues, almost endless.
There's too many of them! We need to do something and fast!
We're outnumbered.
There's nothing we can do. Just stand your ground. Keep fighting.
The swings and stabs become weaker with each passing moment. What was once certain victory is now falling apart in the face of exertion. But they don't give up. Never accept defeat, not until the very end. That was the first rule of any good gambler. And their lives as chips on the table, they continue to play, the floor becoming a sea of white and gold in wake of their rage. All they had to do was pray that they didn't drown in it. As their strength dwindled, they kept fighting, never giving up. That determination saw them through, right to the bitter end. Well, it didn't say they were dead, so skip. Okay, let's see. So, back at Hal, he's just punching the shit out of everything. In this moment, Hal was thankful that all of his power remained intact. Had the monarch heeded his request, he would surely be close to death. Thankful for that fact, he fought with an ever-increasing sense of determination. Dominic was nowhere to be seen, but Hal hoped that he was still alive. Oh, no. There's so many of them. Hal, watch out! Draku jumps behind Hal, taking out a suit of armor that was sneaking up on him. Thanking his ally, Hal responds to doing the same. But for Draku, no matter where they stood, there was always an enemy in pursuit of them. Arrows fly overhead every few seconds. The enemy archers were killed. Hal couldn't see, but he knew that those arrows hit home on his allies. With his back pressed against Draku, their rears are finally
Status
protected.
report, Draku. How are your men doing?
Not good, unfortunately. There's just too many of those suits, Hal.
There's too many
All we can
Mr.
really do
Andersons.
is wait for that bell to ring.
Oh, man. There's too many of them.
And if it doesn't?
Draku lunges forward, taking out several suits. But in a moment later, he presses back against Hal.
Then we die with honor. We fight to the bitter end.
No, you have a place to lead. The despair in his voice was clear. They could keep fighting, but things were looking bad. Even if each man killed 100 suits, they'd still be outnumbered. Hal shakes his head, freeing himself from the onslaught of ash. The library set ablaze rained remnants of the monarchy upon them. The honor guard seemed unimpeded by this, but not the rebellion. It was almost as if the suits fought together and they shared one mind. I don't understand this line of dialogue.
Do not.
So, let's see. The honor guard seems unimpeded, but not the rebellion. The library is burning. The remnants of the monarchy is raining down upon them. The honor guard is unimpeded. Why is the rebellion impeded by it? And what is this bit about? It was as if... Oh! Is it coming down so thick that, like, it's hard to see? But since, like, the units are... or the suits are... Never explain what these suits are. Okay. I get it now. Like, also, like I imagine, is they are literally just like possessed armor. So like, it is empty inside, and as soon as you disturb it, it just crumples and falls. That's what I've been like imagining this whole time, at least. Like, but yeah, no, they have not explained it. Okay, I understand that line now.
Do not give up so easily, Draku. You rule Alarinthia, the strongest nation in the world. You cannot afford to return home with stories of lost hope.
The reveal will take place next Friday, 7/2/17. Aw, shit. As I talk and I keep fighting, the enemy doesn't let up for a second.
Then let's find it again, and fast.
Arrows fly through the air once more, and screams filled the air. They knew their forces were dying, the suits had no need to scream. That's all the same. Wonder the things are weakness or strength. His knuckles became bloodied and cracked. Fought for the lives, he continued to protect each other, fighting as they were one body.
We cannot stay like this forever. They'll find a way to outsmart us.
Draku didn't respond.
Draku?
He shakes his head and pants heavily.
Sorry, just needed a breather. I haven't had a fight like this in ages.
Hal nods, agreeing with his ally.
I'm afraid that we must part ways, though. The same strategy is only effective for so long.
Yes, of course. That same tactic won me many Colosseum battles. Good luck, Howl, and take a few out for me.
With a smile, Draco runs and disappears into the crowd of suits. So Vivian retreated instead of continuing to fight. Hal wouldn't have had. Does Draco save Dominic? Hal wouldn't have had time to say goodbye, even if he wanted to. He stands there alone once more with nothing else to do but fight. All he can do is face the enemy and his fate head on. Charging into the crowd with a scream! Rage wells up within him. There are no allies to be seen, just targets and skip. Eventually, a barrage of arrows assaults him. Piercing through his torso, he grunts in immense pain. However, the pain was minimal compared to the pain he normally felt. He pulls out the arrows and throws them down on the ground. Blood spills from the wounds, but he shows no signs of pain. Such wounds would do nothing again to a body powered by the monarchy. All he had to do was fight until the bell was rung. So making that choice just kills him. I'm hoping the bottom is saved. I hope. I hope. But that was the question on everybody's mind right now. With such an immense task before him, would Fortame succeed? It seemed that right now, almost everything lay in his hands. Hal fought relentlessly, hoping to hear a bell and find relief. But with each passing second, the hope within him dwindled. Yep. Whoa, 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 Fortame?
Let's just say there's lots of...
Huh? Why did Fortame show up? Dodges left, rips the curtain down. Okay, he fights. All he had to do was survive. Okay, yeah, Fortame's fine. Alright, stairs are confusing.
Let's just say there's lots of stairs coming up. And be careful, alright? We don't want to fall into a trap. We're in their territory now. An ambush would be child's play.
I think because of how it was fast-forwarding, Fortame appeared on this screen, so I thought we just met up with him. That's why I was confused. I was like, what the hell? Why are you here? Okay. A second later, somebody enters the room on the opposite side. It's that man from HQ, the one with Sylvie. Oh, it's Halen. Right, because we don't know his name. Yep. I unsheath my blade and hold out toward our enemy. There is no time to argue semantics with the likes of him, but as if to guard me, Ulrich steps in the way.
Look, we don't need to fight you. I know what you are. A slave to the Triumvirate. We can fix that, Halen. We can remove the curse.
I don't want it to be removed. It would never work. Halen's under their thrall. Even considering this offer would be an act of defiance. Instead of responding, Halen disappears in the crowd of suits.
Curse? You called this a curse? I embody the Triumvirate's will and command their army. You are the cursed ones. You fight for the dream of a fool.
The suits of armor reach the bottom. Yep. Halen commands the honor guard, charges our direction. Ulrich is the first to fight, using a massive greatsword to protect me. Now, but I make sure to play my part and take them down with similar ease. Stood no chance against the blade, but in this case, they also stood no chance against Ulrich. I'm confident in our victory, but try not to get cocky. It seemed like there was almost 1,000 suits of armor here. Though we were doing good now, our bodies could easily weaken. A viable tactic, this is all the same. We find ourselves surrounded more and more. Honor guard seems to have herded us to a location, standing back to back with Ulrich and pat heavily.
I have an idea, Monarch.
I tilt my head, signaling that I'm listening. Much to my surprise, he uses a greatsword, and then we start trading the sword back and
of your
forth.
body. Open your mind, and trust me.
Hello. I'm confused, but I nod. There's no time to think. They're closing in on us to lunge forward to destroy the suits.
Now it's my turn.
This is a cool scene, honestly. Just use my hand. It's definitely better when there's a third person, though, with Sylvie. Also, the fact that Sylvie was just punching everything up until this point. Is it passing the baton? And pass it back into my hands.
Like this in ages. Really gets your blood boiling, doesn't it?
That's what Sylvie said. We're pressed back to back. Changing the blade. Phasing person to person. We're almost in one mind. An interesting choreographed dance.
Takes me back to my time with Sylvie. Perfect teamwork. Almost unstoppable.
With each passing second, we thin out the horde. Their number is easily half. Then do so again and again and again and blah blah blah. Whoops, I should have let you speak. I'm sorry, Ulrich. I wish they had the courage to face us in person. All I could do was hide behind their mindless slaves. I think you said that last time, actually. I could feel it. The Triumvirate was scared of us. In the end, all Tyrants could do was cower and fright. This is all the same. As I see the armors fall to our knees, panting heavily, realize just how much of a fight we put up. I'll never forget this moment, not for the rest of my life, fighting side by side with another Exodus wielder. If I were the Triumvirate, I'd be very, very afraid. It feels like an eternity before I can rise to my feet again, but when I do, I sheath the blade and look over at Ulrich. He was staring out the stairs, our next objective.
If we get into a bind, let's just do the same thing. That blade and our connection is our greatest weapon.
I nod.
And something tells me we'll be needing it when we face Halen. Are you ready to go upstairs?
Oh shit, I just cut him off. Can I go upstairs? He's all that stands in our way. I nod once more.
Good, then let's go. Remember, if you get the chance, save him. I understand if you can't, but he deserves freedom.
I think I need to kill him to continue down my purity route. I'm going to quick save. It's true, everybody deserved to be free. But Halen wasn't willing, we'd have to force him somehow. And if we couldn't, then unfortunately we'd have to kill him. Make our way upstairs in pursuit of Halen. Skip. Careful, it could be tricky. Remember that Halen can wield a blade like us. In fact, he was made from it. His affinity could be stronger.
He's backed into a corner, so we don't know how he'll react. I wouldn't be surprised if he resorted to some sort of trap. A cornered man is always desperate in his final moments.
Beware a man. Nothing to lose. I'll be right back. Ooh. Okie dokie. I've drunk a lot of water because I've been reading a lot. Alright. Oh, there's 2 Ulrichs. 2 tops. I nod, that was good advice. Skip!
Self-voicing enabled. Ulrich, Tesher. Self-voicing disabled.
Ulrich runs forward and pushes me to the ground, facing the blade in his hands. Blocks Palin's next attack. Yeah, this is what I was saying. They weren't going to change this, so I don't know how he is supposed to die. Unless he dies right here. I bleed on the floor and watch Ulrich can fight the Triumvirate's right hand.
You're certainly stronger than Sovi. It's a shame that you defected. I could use you.
Defected? No, I simply chose the right path. And you can do that too, Halen. It's not too late.
Never too late. He laughs and they continue to fight. Swords clash, but Ulrich clearly has the edge.
There is no passion in serving the Triumvirate. They take everything
away.
This
line of dialogue is the same.
And what's worse, they give nothing in return. The rebellion gave me everything I needed. A family, a home, a place in this world.
This is literally
I belong
the same.
to them now, and that's final.
Character. Halen shakes his head.
You're a fool. They seduce you with flights of fancy. You ran to the first group that made you feel a sense of purpose. Do you honestly think that he is the rightful ruler of Alestia?
Yes. Ulrich nods.
Without a doubt. I'd give my life for the monarch. The truth of the spirit realm only proves that I'm correct. They told Sylvie, and look at what happened. Think, Halen. I'm not weak. My loyalty was just different from yours. While I want to serve Alestia, you want to serve the Triumvirate. But they made you that way. We can change you, if you'll let us.
No. They continue to fight as they argue with one another.
No, I want to serve them. You run away while I stand tall and remain in line. How can you say you're not weak after what you've done?
Ulrich lowers his sword, signaling his intent to stop fighting.
Are you willing to bet on that?
Halen still holds his swords up to guard himself.
Let the monarch remove the curse that they put on you. If you
This
still
might
want
be
to
where he
serve
dies.
them, then we can continue to fight. And if not, then you'll realize that you were wrong all along.
No, I can't.
Halen looks scared, like he's fighting with himself. That moment of hesitation is all Ulrich needs. He uses the pommel of the sword as the weapon, smashes it into Halen's head and knocks him into a daze. He falls forward, but Ulrich catches him in his arms.
Monarch, do it now. I don't care what it is. Just do it.
He turns Halen around and lowers him to his knees, putting him into a chokehold. He tries to break free, but he's too weak. Okay, Ulrich went about this a better way. I'll give him that. Nah, he's just been mind controlled into being a bottom. Because Sophie just straight up fucking stabbed him and immediately regretted it. Oh man, this actually feels bad just killing him. There's no way Halen could fight back right now. I could kill him with no difficulty at all. I could also save him. Remove the curse from his mind, maybe do it with the risk. But it tells me I don't have much time to decide. Ulrich held him like that for too long. He'd be dead for sure. Quick save. Kill. After that, killing him was the only right choice in this situation. And then I want to quick save again. So I load. Here. 100% pure! I'm sorry, Halen. You don't deserve this. With free will, Halen could act any way he wanted. I know that would, and I know what that would mean. He would just confirm his allegiance to his masters and make him even stronger. Even if it was born from denial, we couldn't afford it right now. We needed to get the Triumvirates. We needed to get to their chambers and end this. I phase the blade back into my hand and slowly stand up. I tell Ulrich to let go and move back, but he obeys without hesitation. Halen on his knees, crying, and staring over in my direction. I show him no mercy for it wasn't something he deserved. I raise my blade into the air, and the suit of armor on the floor starts to shake. But that's not what I was after. A moment later, Ulrich gasps softly. All of their swords slowly rise. Hundreds of them float in the air. I immediately turn them toward Halen. He keeps staring at me as if he had any last words, he chose to stay silent. With a snap of my fingers, every single sword pierces through him at once. I would have let out a scream if I was capable, but he's not. He would have let out a scream if he was capable, but he's not. His head slumps down and he stares at the blades in his body. Trying to pull them out, he realizes very fast that he's too weak. But this wasn't enough to satisfy me. Halen needed to suffer. This is the purity route? What the fuck? Excuse me, game? What? What the hell has... Why couldn't I do this to fucking Shane? Oh my god. This is so cringe. Halen does not deserve this! What the fuck? God, I would be fine if I was doing this to fucking Shane. I hate him. This would have been great. But no, you just go... and leave him alone. Christ. Halen needed to suffer. For every rebel he killed, I would make him feel all of my fury. He was created by the blade, so I use that fact against him. If I could control the blade, then I could easily control him as well. I hold the blade of Exodus towards him and make it enact my will. Halen's armor starts to crack, and I use it to crush his body. Holy shit! What the fuck? Why? Well, no, so at the very least, like, the sword has been, like, whispered to have immeasurable power. And, you know, we've only been wielding it for, like, a week, so we haven't been able to tap into it. But it also does, like, do anime things and respond to strong emotions. And I guess right now we're super pissed off at Halen. I use it to crush his body. I make it squeeze so tight around him that I hear his bones crack. The constriction of his body is so grotesque that I don't let up until the end. When I'm done with him, he slumps over, crushed and pierced with swords. With that out of the way, we make our way up those stairs. Within a few more minutes, it'd be face to face with our enemies. It was time to rise to the challenge and change the world.
Hey, before we head up, can you do me a favor?
Are you going to cut my own arm off?
And don't question it. Just trust me, okay?
You did get your violence. It was just, like, for the wrong person. And, like, what the shit? What the shit? Why did Halen deserve that? Shane deserved it way more, but I guess maybe that's just my opinion. Whatever. As I think it was the honor guard that did most of the slaughtering anyway. Don't question it. I nod without hiding the fact that I'm a bit confused.
Here.
He reaches behind me and adjusts my Why? Which is the other side. I'm not left-handed. Made things awkward. I chose to trust him anyway. Alright. Second later, we make our way up the stairs. We had no really simple as that. Friends in the atrium. Oh boy, here it comes. Wait. Let's see. Something special in the back of his head and he collapses. No! He writhes on the ground in pain and confusion, and suit kneels down. But before he can follow through with their thrust, something happens. An arrow pierces through the suits of armor and it crumbles to the ground. Dominic looks in confusion. Had an ally finally come to his aid?
Dominic, give me your hand!
I'm conflicted. I am conflicted. God damn it. I'm tight. Shane? Dominic cries out softly, not sure what's going on. Last time he saw Shane, he tried to kill him and basically succeeded. But here he was now, offering his hand. What was happening?
Dominic, quick! You don't have much time!
Dominic shakes his head and realizes that there's no other option. Grabbing Shane's hand, he accepts the help and rises to his feet. At least I know specifically what choice saves Dominic. He stumbles forward, almost falling back down, but he doesn't. He presses his back against Shane, still a bit delirious, but his friends support him as he draws a set of daggers. Confusion assails Dominic, as everything was happening so fast. Yep.
There. We're even now.
Fuck you. Dominic nods.
So what do you say, Dominic? Fight?
Well, thank you.
Just like old times?
My bottom is saved. Dominic nods again and raises his sword. A moment later, they both he still is bleeding out the back of his head. There's suits of armor, like a team, and like friends, they fight together once more.
Just keep it up, Dominic. I'll patch you up as soon as we're safe.
Shane, talk to me. Why are you doing this?
Shane doesn't answer, at least not before the bell is rung. Loud ringing fills the air, delivering the sound of hope to Dominic's ears. Poor Tim had achieved his goal. The man's allies lived. Well, Dominic goes back Tomek goes to keep fighting, but Shane holds him back.
Domek, no! Look! It's over.
The honor guard turn and stare at the source of the ringing. Throw their swords on the ground without hesitation. Start and march away. They abandon their previous efforts. He's alive.
We did it. I can't believe this.
Boop boops. Without a word, Shane stands there along with Domek. Together, as ash rains upon them, they watch their foes flee. Domek smiles, a few tears running down his face. Was it really all over? No, it wasn't right. It wasn't the right way of looking at it. Things had just begun. The monarch had to finish it all. Domek looked in the direction of the castle as hope rises within him.
Monarch, good luck. We're all counting on you.
The town square is soon devoid of all foes, but now, without a obstructed vision, Domek can see all of his allies. They raise their swords in the air and start cheering. Balteus was theirs. As soon as the lives of the triumvirate would... and soon, the lives of the triumvirate would be theirs as well. They cheer the monarch's name, and then that's all Domek can hear. But that's all he needed to hear, for the name of the monarch meant hope. Is Ulrich seriously going to try and go back? Whatever. As I've said, they don't vary the dialogue much. So, Ulrich's going to chop my arm off, swear fealty, and then kill the guy. That's what's going to happen here, and I'm going to be immensely confused. Those are my ears. It's almost deafening. Fortum survived and succeeded. Me and Ulrich stand in the darkness, hard to see.
Here, you'll be needing this.
Torch was hung on the wall.
And watch your step as we go up those stairs. If you fall off the edge, well, you know how high we are.
Can I get much higher? No, it filled me with fright. Well, the torch, see bizarre sight before me. Gears lining the line with the blade. They spin like they shouldn't. Blah, blah, blah. Fog is entering the chambers. Confined just a moment ago fills me with ease. Unease. Turning me. Can't see off the stairs. There's no rolling. No railing. I stumble. Get in an atrium. I don't want to go down
I have
that way.
a piece of advice for you, Monarch.
Don't let them talk to you.
They prey on the minds of the weak.
I'll let you
those
say
that
this,
they
because
can
you
mold.
didn't say it.
I know you're strong, but they just have this way of convincing you. I'd hate to see that happen to you. So remember, kill them all.
Kill them all! I tell them I don't particularly care what they say to me. I'm here to kill them. The fuck was the pure choice to absolutely fucking annihilate Halen? Why? That was so mean. An easy goal to have in mind, but in practice I guess I had another idea. And however, Majora's one of the white cloak. When left their chambers, they didn't do that.
Ulrich, this is quite a surprise. It's been ages since we've seen your face. Have you come to grovel in the face of your defeat?
I've come here to end this war. I bring an offering. The blade and the monarch. Do with him what you will, but I ask for your surrender.
Okay, at least just like a little different. Ask for your surrender.
Leave this world and never return. Live your lives in peace, somewhere far away. Just stay out of our business and leave us alone.
What? Ulrich was selling me out! I turn and try to run, but he immediately grabs my left arm. I am filled with fright, but I am not strong enough to break free from his grip.
You've done nothing but bring an armed enemy into our home. What makes you think we can trust you? This is surely a trap. As long as the monarch can wield that blade, they are a threat.
Ulrich scoffs.
Then let me fix that.
A second later, he phases the blade into his hands, and much to my regret, he slices through my arm with ease. I scream, and then from the elbow down, almost nothing remains.
There, look how easy that was. Never again can that blade be used against you. Now do what I said. Surrender, and leave this world.
I don't feel anything, almost as if my body numbs itself from the trauma. It's called adrenaline. Limp. Makes strict eye contact me, and then looks at the torch, gripping it tightly, it makes sense, and cauterize it, blah blah blah. Oh, my good arm as well. Going against the wall, burn the wound shut, disgusting smell, blah blah blah.
How surprising. You've changed, Ulrich. We thought your allegiance
Holy
to
shit.
Rebellion was absolute.
They didn't even believe Sovi when he cut off my arm. He still had to beg and plead.
No, it's my allegiance to Alestia that takes priority. This senseless war will only end up destroying the world. One life means nothing to me if it allows this land to flourish.
Amir looks down at my scabbard. Definitely believe they removed my dominant arm, because... I mean, how else would they know? It's kind of unfair. I trust Ulrich, and I know he's doing it for a reason.
A generous offer, but one we cannot accept. Surely you know the truth now, after everything you've seen. The monarchy, and those that follow their path, lead worlds to ruin.
Ulrich continues up the stairs, gripping the blade as tight as he can.
We request that you join us once more, Ulrich. It would appear that Halen, Shane, and Sylvie have let us down.
Alright.
You can make the right choice. Join our ranks and save the world.
Halen, he tried his damnedest. Ulrich lets out a loud sigh, like he's considering their offer.
And what would you have me do?
And we have the feckin' Harvester music again. Okay, it's kind of different, but it sounds similar. Nope, right there. Dun, 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 dun. By now, I have almost coherent again. That wound, then the wound bleeds no more. Burnt shut. I watch the two of them converse, wondering what exactly is going to happen.
Kneel and pledge your loyalty to our cause. Then, turn the blade on the monarch and take his soul. There's a reason we need both his power and that blade. If you can do that, then all will be forgiven. You see, Ulrich, the monarch is the key to saving us all. He would waste his power, while we plan to harness it correctly.
What do you mean?
Do as we say, and we will tell you everything.
Ulrich immediately drops the blade to his side and kneels down. It hits the ground with a loud metallic clang, then rests motionless.
Good. We are glad you realize the error of your ways. Siding with the rebellion is foolish. It is a waste of your talent. With us, you will finally be back on the right side of history.
Yes, Master, of course. My loyalty is forever yours. As the Grand Inquisitor, I have only one goal: to remove any threat that faces the throne.
Ulrich grins as he says those words.
Starting with you.
When later the blade disappears from the ground. This is what bothers me the most about this sequence. But it doesn't return to Ulrich's hands, or even mine. It phases directly through the chest of the Triumvir. If he can do that, and if he and Sylvie can do that, why did they have to cut my arm off? Why couldn't we have just, like, walked up to them and like... Why? It seems so unnecessary. I don't get it. I really don't. Like... Maybe with Sylvie you could kind of argue that maybe he's feeling conflicted or something. But, like, Ulrich here is like... Excuse for what? To dismember the main character? Sure. Albeit, like, this is kind of a cool death. Just... Oh, there's a sword in my chest.
Ulrich.
Idiot. And also them immediately trusting him just kind of makes even less sense. Rises too is because at least with Sophie, he had the they like, unless you come back here with the blade and the seer, we don't want anything to do with you. But with Ulrich, it was like, you've been gone for so fucking long. Like, why? Maybe he just looked cool being physically mutilated, I don't know. I mean, I guess it does, like, open up for augmentations, right? You know, why? The first thing I thought of is you could have bird arms. Why? Not like a robotic arm. The first thing I was about to say was bird arms. I don't know if that's a wing, or if it's just a muscly arm, like birds with arms. Yeah! I don't know! It's just what popped in there first. I don't even know what my mind meant. Like, I'm assuming you've seen birds with arms, right? And it's just birds that have photoshopped, like, muscle man arms. But I don't know if my brain meant that, or if it just meant, like, a wing. It's not intrusive, it was just the first thing that popped in there. I knew I could trust him. I knew he had a plan. I'm so thankful he wasn't betraying me.
You think I believed you? Foolish as always. You let your guard down at the first sign of obedience. The right side of history. Don't make me laugh.
So I wonder if Ulrich will come in with us.
You used a powerful blade in order to play God. But now it's in the hands of the monarch, a righteous man. He will undo all that you've done and liberate Alestia.
A moment later, he pulls out the blade.
You've held the world in chains for far too long. And now, it's finally time that they were broken.
One night will remind you. That's how the song goes, right? Then with a harsh kick, he flies off the edge. You can hear screams. Oh, and the scream fades. And in complete disbelief, he killed one of them. Was it truly that easy? Ulrich drops the blade to the ground, and I summon it back to my grip. As I make my way up the stairs, my anger toward him is very clear.
Look, I had to do it. A direct attack would have been suicide. We had to make them lower their guard and think that they were winning. An act of betrayal and a pledge of fealty, it's all I could think of doing.
What was stopping you from instantly putting the sword in their gut? Dumb. Do they have, like, fucking magic barriers that are up when they're in attack mode and then they went into passive mode to knight you or whatever the hell? Like, I don't get it. I start to speak, but he cuts me off immediately.
I don't care what you have to say. Not right now. Get in those chambers and finish this once and for all. There's still 2 left, and you're only giving them time to prepare.
Like, can reaction beat instantaneous action? I don't doubt it. I mean, they do also have just... Oh yeah, like I said, Madoka Magica, they also have the ability to rewind time, so maybe it doesn't matter. With a sigh of regret, I realize there's nothing I can do. I sheath the blade and slowly enter the triumvirate chambers. That's interesting, though, that I got pissed off at Ulrich and not Sophie. We have plenty of time to talk later. I had to see this through to the end. Either the end of the triumvirate or myself. I can't skip. Yep. I'll go ahead and save it. I'm not on page 9. Here we go. Oh, I guess I will overwrite that. Oh, wait. What is this one? I know what this one is. I can get rid of it. Enough talk. Let's finish this. Okay. So, now this is... I guess they're actually... Because I don't think I'm going to undo that. I think he dies regardless. I wonder if you can actually free Hal. Okay. Let's sacrifice. Let's see.
Valessa returned to Valenorth, accepting her mantle as elder. Leading Valenorth in a way that respected its tradition, the nation flourished. Borders became less strict, and Valenorth was popular with tourists in the future. Because of her wishes and style of leadership, Valenorth retained its culture. Forests were left intact, the idol was left standing, and everything was just as it was. Going down in history as one of the most revered elders, all future rulers respected her wishes. Valessa started a new tradition to remember your love and keep it alive.
I'm sorry.
Once a year, gifts and well-wishes would be left at Salberg's idol. This was to thank the idol that empowered you and saved all of Alestia. For as long as she lived, she attended every year. Known as a strong ruler, this was the only time she shed a tear. Your legacy and your sacrifice was honored by Valenorth forever.
Fortem moved out to Mazeo.
Because of your efforts and choices, Valessa survived. When the whole world stood against her, she faced it and prevailed.
Yeah, I know.
Fortem chose to settle in Mazeo after the war. Helping the nation's people adjust to the new world was his goal. However, this was to make up for the truth of learning that his parents were pirates.
So he just has the same end story as
Undoing the damage
Valessa.
they had
She's
done
not
to the
elder.
nation was his top priority. Soon after that, the wounds of Mazeo were healed. Everybody was safe and happy. Tales of the occupation and the triumvirate's wrath soon faded into history and legend. In his eyes, he had made up for any harm his parents had caused the nation. When he passed away, he was known as one of Mazeo's greatest public figures. Without his help and direction, many say the nation would have never recovered at all.
It really does make more sense to have him be the elder in terms of like the writing of the game. Like Valessa's the one who's obsessed with our parents being bad and wanting to right the wrongs of the past. So her not being the elder and moving to Mazeo makes a lot more sense than Fortem. Just a thought.
During all of this, he never forgot your sacrifice. He considered it a necessity to keep your memory alive. Almost never keeping quiet, he told stories of you for his entire life.
Eternal friend.
He focused on the little things, rather than your grand destiny. For example, how your life as children in Valenorth went on. He thought it important to pass on the idea of humble beginnings.
Aww.
It wasn't very long until word of Fortem's other endeavors came to light. Having been the first person to climb the Grand Tree, he was a legend. And just like he had wished, it soon became a tradition for climbers to scale the tree. This continued for almost an eternity after his passing. Climbers would leave notes for him at the top of the tree, close to the heavens. They thought that maybe somehow he could read them. They thanked him for all he had done.
Okay, this might be better now. Pirates aside, this seems pretty good. Why wasn't that... Because he didn't have time to tell the little tales when he was the elder, that's why it happened like that.
Fortem survived the war, despite all odds. His strong love for everything around him kept him afloat.
Yeah, see, like...
When all hope was lost, he stood up and challenged death in the face.
Like, this is why, like, I say he's probably the easiest to save. You just have to be nice to him. It doesn't say, like, any specific thing.
And for that, he was never forgotten. Living a long and full life, he was happy. Alestia was forever better because of him. After the war, Pro settled down in Mazeo and started to write. He wanted to chronicle everything about the major players of the war. Working with any rebel survivors, he pledged that their story would never be lost. His works would go down in history as the most detailed records of wartime. People would aspire to write like him, but to this date, none have come close. Considered one of the greatest historians in Alestia, he retired and lived a peaceful life. He wrote about you and your sacrifice in vivid detail. In his mind, the most important asset in the war should be remembered. But true to his methods, he wrote about your day-to-day life as well.
7 days we were together.
Legends should be grounded in reality. At least that's what he thought. It was important for people to realize you were a person first and a hero second. This empowered generations to come with the idea that anybody could be a hero. Pro's identity as the mole within the rebellion never came to light. However, even if it did, after the war, Ulrich did his best to assist the throne and serve the monarchy. There was much to take care of, and things were chaotic after the fog of war settled.
The throne, then, I'm
but
guessing.
he was up to the task, and he did everything in his power to make the world a better place. Ulrich, protesting against your decision in Alarinthia, never visited his home nation again.
Damn.
Draku remained in power, and Ulrich set his sights on serving the monarchy instead. Because everybody remained in peace, this was not seen as a loss of any kind.
He's tight.
With your sacrifice, there was nobody left to lead Alestia. Ulrich, stepping up, took on the role of first king of the monarchy. His goal was clear: to educate the world on the new status quo. People slowly learned and adjusted to news of the Triumvirate's fall, but with many years of hard work, they had come to enjoy Ulrich. After the battle for Alestia, Damek had a lot of work to do. Going from a member of the rebellion to a leader of the monarchy was a huge change.
I'm definitely going to re-romance him and make sure he lives.
He was no longer part of a small army. His actions affected the entire world.
They're just leaning.
Because of your sacrifice, the surviving forces were in a state of disarray. However, this was put to rest when Ulrich stood up and assumed the role of king. Damek immediately pledged loyalty to his childhood friend and served his new king. But he never forgot about you and what you did in order to secure victory. He used you as a guide on what to do and was known as kind and honorable. That was his way of honoring your friendship, using your ideals as inspiration.
I love this dog.
He remained in his role as advisor, just under Ulrich's leadership instead. Honoring your appointment, he served in this capacity until the end of his days. His bond with Ulrich stayed as strong as ever, and they always saw eye to eye. Damek eventually got over all of the fears that controlled him. He paid visits to the spot where he lost his mother, but it held no power over him. Speaking as if she were there with him, he told her stories of everything that happened. And he was able to leave without feeling sad.
I'm definitely going to go through all of the
Instead,
decisions again
he was
and get,
happy.
like, the best ending.
He knew that if she were really there, she would be proud of him. That was enough to keep him going when times got tough. Thanks to your efforts, Damek was able to live a long, happy life. He served the throne for the rest of his life, remaining forever loyal. The tale of how far he'd come would go down in history and become legend. True to his word, Sovi was never seen again after the trip back to Mazeo.
Sorry.
Seemingly lost to history, nobody was able to confirm what had happened to him. However, for almost an eternity, sightings of a man resembling him had been reported.
I wonder if you have Sovi with you and you absolutely brutalize Halen, if he betrays you. I don't think the writing would be that deep, but I feel like doing that to Halen in front of him might kind of piss him off. Or absolutely crush him, one of the two. I don't know.
This man had always fought enemies of the monarchy, ensuring your legacy continued.
Aw, thank you.
If it truly was Sovi, then perhaps his claims of defecting from the Triumvirate were true. But as nobody could prove his true identity, this was simply a matter of conjecture and debate.
I'm like slowly building a role.
Howell survived the war, despite several grievous wounds. His body mended them with ease, and his life continued as normal. He dedicated his life to assisting the throne and recording history.
I'm like already kind of road mapping out like all of my choices. based off of all of the endings. I know I have to save Shane, or spare Shane. I'm definitely going to let Sovi join. And I need to not let Grizz kill himself. Those are like the 3 important things so far. And then also I can't abide by Hal's request.
But not current history. He wrote about the old monarchy and their ways. It was almost as if the spirits inside him felt regret at their actions. Nobody knew why Howl had this change of heart, but it was for the better. However, he chose to write about you and your sacrifice as well. In his eyes, you were an extension of his kind as well, and very important. He called you the bridge between worlds, and attributed victory almost entirely to you. Thanks to your efforts, Howl was able to live a happy life. He was rarely seen outside of the castle, and mostly stuck to writing. But to him, it was worth it in order to teach the world more about his kind. Aaron's Tavern went on to boom in popularity, being near the birthplace of the monarch. He was forever
Nice.
thankful that he didn't have to give up his home like Damek had wanted. As a tribute to you, he would rename the tavern in the future, his way of saying thanks.
No, he named it Tashar?
This is where Milas settled down,
Yep.
unable to decide between Mazeo and Valenorth. He lived a After finding himself fully redeemed, Grizz returned to his office as mayor. Honoring the pirate treaty he had coordinated, he helped Mazeo adjust to every change. He had long since been forgiven by the people, but it was only now that he forgave himself. The created seers seemed to be affected by your attack on the Draku returned to Alarinthia and continued to rule it with his iron grip. Challengers came and went, but Draku was always victorious in the Colosseum. He was known as the first ruler of Alarinthia who succumbed to old age and natural causes.
Natural causes? Why did...
After his passing, a grand tournament was held.
Yeah,
and
he's
anybody
relevant.
was capable
Yeah, he was
of
here last
entering.
night, too.
Because
Oh.
nobody challenged Draku, the nation would have to start with a clean slate. A new ruler emerged, and Alarinthia stayed largely the same for the rest of history.
Another thing that happened. At the end of the epilogue, you wake up in your house, about to be inaugurated for something, missing, in this case, your left arm. I don't know why. I don't know what it means. Your parents are also alive. So...
Shane was never seen again after that fateful encounter in Balteus. He is presumed dead, and many refuse to speak about his betrayal. If he survived, he went to great lengths to remain hidden from the world. Halen fell during the final assault on Balteus, by your hands. When his true nature came to
Not
light,
the way I
many
killed
wondered
him,
if
that's
you
for
made the
damn
right
sure.
choice. Could he have been liberated? And if so, could he ever be trusted?
No, I'm like isekai
Nobody
back into
knew.
the same world.
But some would say that this was for the best, and the public moved on to believe it. With a history of
I'm so
moles
sorry,
and defectors
Halen.
in this
I'm
war,
so sorry.
risks were too dangerous. Difficult choices needed to be made. You were all too familiar
sorry.
with that fact.
Why did he get absolutely decimated?
With the Dark Idol gone from Baltic,
Yep. Oh, wait, together. I think that's the one that is... Yo, 100%! All comrades survive the final battle.
I'll hang your picture on my wall.
Heckin' this person. They're in everything now. I think it's just that I recognize the name and now I'll be like, oh, that's who that is.
A moment frozen in time for me and you. And just like the way
Oh, he's still aggressively red. Hey, Tack, there's your cat.
we were strong, wild and free.
Like an hour later.
We laughed, how we cried. Our voices echoed through the night. Nothing mattered in this world except you and me.
Oh god, I do forget about you. And your offensively blue hands.
Cause when we meet again, it's like you never
There's
left.
it. Where's your quote, Sean? There it is. Fourth and best girl. There's in the credits. Okay. Thanks for playing. Continue. Load. Alright, now let's survive. Oh, wait. Oh, I probably skipped through it. Can I look at the history? Wait. Yeah, here it is. I just skipped straight to it. So, in this ending, Invasion fades in again. I'm horribly confused. I should be dead, but... I should definitely be dead. Actually, maybe I was. For a time I decided that death... far be it from me to decide what death brought. So, I'm in my house. Everything is discernible. It's obvious. I'm sitting up. My lower half of my arm is still missing. I survived. No, that was impossible. What was going on? And then it just kind of starts over, and Fortum's here, and so it's like, oh, I give him a big hug. Like, oh, you just woke up. What?
So come on.
Oh yeah, so then... Yeah, Salus is alive. Your induction. Salus is alive. He's training Mylus. We know there. And your parents are alive. Complete shock. I'm dumbfounded.
Well, don't just stand there. You need to get ready. At this rate, you'll be greeting the townspeople in your underwear. I mean, you can if you want to, but I really don't recommend that.
What's going on? My new reality. Elder is alive. My parents are alive. I've been inducted. Rebellion was never formed. There was no occupation. And I cry. But I'm also just missing an arm.
Whoa, hey, calm down.
I cry even harder. Help us show worry.
Hey, wait. Are you okay?
Tell him everything's fine. So yeah, that's just how it ends. Okay, let's go through these endings with I'm alive, with me being alive. Fair. Oh.
Though the distance between you was immense, your love flourished.
Yeah.
Frequent visits going both
You just
ways
wake up
ensured that your
armless.
bond never weakened. For when the love in one's heart is strong enough, nothing can stand in its way. That is, of course, except for the unforgiving flow of time. Though death would part the two of you, legends would speak of your near-eternal love.
Aww.
She lived a long, full life, a wonderful reward for her duty and sacrifice.
I need to get this for Dominic immediately.
Because of your efforts and choices, Valessa survived.
Oh right, because I'm now alive.
During all of this, he kept in close contact with you. Frequent visits to the throne kept your bond alive forever.
Ah,
From
he
your new
visited
home in
me.
Balteus, you assisted
right,
his
'cause he's
efforts
not
in
the elder.
Museo.
Yeah, so it was the other way around.
Though
I
it was a
visited him a
joint
bunch.
effort, history remembered Fortem's efforts. You would be remembered for other endeavors, but that was fine. He deserved most of the credit for helping to heal Museo's wounds. It wasn't very long until he knew that his writings could influence the people's perception in a large way. To this end, he constantly wrote you letters to ensure he had your approval. These monarch-approved writings were the highest seal of quality to Alessians.
Nice.
Almost operating as a team, you ensured that only the true history was written down. As the victor, you could have told the people anything, but you were a just and honest ruler.
Nice.
You helped Pro achieve his dream of using information for good. He never harmed with it again. Pro's identity as the mole within the rebellion never came.
Every Red Ulrich.
He remained a loyal servant to the throne of Alestia, carrying out your every order. Being originally in charge of the rebellion, it made no sense to back down after victory. Your friendship grew ever stronger, held together by an unbreakable bond formed in strife. As your closest advisor, you spent almost every waking moment together. The war did not win you rest, for in your victory, the work had only just begun. Uniting a confused world and winning over their love as ruler was a daunting task. But it was a task that you two completed side by side. Damek was just as important to history as you, and he was never forgotten. The tale of his growth from orphan child to world leader inspired generations to come. Damek eventually got over all of the fears that controlled him. He paid visits to the spot where he lost his mother, but it held no power over him. Speaking as if she were there with him, he told her stories of everything that happened. And he was able to leave without feeling sad. Instead, he was happy. He knew that if she were really there, she would be proud of him. That was enough to keep him going when times got tough. Thanks to your efforts, Damek was able to live
Your advisor. Oh, he's also my advisor.
As he wasn't appointed as your advisor,
no.
he had plenty of time to complete that task. His writings would be placed in the Grand Library and go on to be read by almost everybody.
Nice.
It helped solidify that the rebellion was correct. The Triumvirate did not deserve to rule Alestia.
I think keeping Howl alive is just the
Thanks to your efforts, Howl was able to live...
Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, so then... Now, the way this epilogue ends is... Snap back to reality... And I had just finished destroying the thing, and I'm meeting everybody in the atrium. And it's all, like, and it's kind of alluded to that, like, the epilogues we just saw for everybody is, like, it, like, flashed through our mind, or something. Let's see. Yeah, 14 approaches, Valessa happens. I'm not gonna lie, it's almost dead meat. If it weren't for Grizz, I would have been a goner for sure. And here I thought... I accidentally closed it too soon. Here I thought I preferred sneaking alone. Mark approaches me from the other side of the inside. See him alive. Oh, he was super happy.
Everything went as planned. I bet.
Seeing you again is certainly a welcome surprise, Monarch. You hold the honor of being the one who took down the Triumvirate. Wear that badge with pride.
Yep. Yes, she does.
You've guided the world to a perfect future.
She must use it for. She must only use it for hunting, or to just have it. Well. I mean, they are in armor, and I don't imagine that that's like a bow that has enough draw strength to pierce armor, so... But they do seem pretty needed.
You'll never guess what happened, Monarch. Just as I was about to fall in battle, Shane came to my rescue. I'm not sure where he is now, but I've sent out a search party.
That's okay. Alright, that's it. Okay. Now... Time. Okay, I gotta catch all this up. For Benyoy, your corruption route. I don't want Dominic to die again. I really don't. I haven't found Sophie. Shit. I gotta catch this up real quick. Oh my god, should I just flirt with Sophie again? It's so goofy. I need to go to the surrounding region. I need to go to East Crown. I need to blast through this.
Besides, we thought...
I believe there's something important. Back. We need to go to Fallon North. I need to go to the water tower. And talk to Sophie.
I need to ask, what did you think of me? But the art never really
Stamps
matched...
are cool.
Oh, wonderful.
This make me so
Then you won't mind
happy.
if I go buy some. I should... I'll save these and...
We'll
perhaps...
write each other. Oh my god, I wonder if we write each other. If I survive. Alright, now I need to back to menu. Back. Next. Mazio. Yes, this is right. Town Square. He's gonna go murder me in a back alley.
Would you follow me into that?
I want to get him, but I'm not going to. There's gonna be another one. It'll be marriage route. That's going to be after I... Well, no, I guess I'll end on Dominic. I'll do that. I do have Sophie romance route already set up, so... this is Fortim's route. I need to go to the rebel base. HQ. Unfortunately, I got to hurry. Toby, this is a nothing burger. And finally, he comes into my room.
So,
A lot of practice.
the most important thing on my
Being genuine and you're trusted. Okay, loyalty available. Now, we haven't even done this one yet. All right, Valessa, yes, keep it. Make them your own. Hello. I don't think there's anything to do here. Oh, no, I need to let him go, bro. Hello, Sophie.
But
I
now,
trust you.
it rests.
You earned it. Ulrich, I need to bless you, or remove your blessing. Remove the curse. Dominic,
Besides, I'm
you.
a bit biased here in almost every
Leave
regard.
it. Move on. And Howl. This is gonna be a lot of
Monarch, but when we look at it this way...
Wait, hold on. What happened? Shit, this is different. Fuck. Let's see. The flash has been helping elsewhere. It's like cycles. But when you look at everything, it makes sense. There's an explanation. Very well. It was enough to... Oh no! I said no! Shit! I didn't earn his loyalty. Fuck! You cannot access this scene. Ah, so there's just an X there if you failed. God damn it. Whoops? Whoops? Oh well. Even better. I'm going to do this right. Oh, wait, shit. Balls. World map. Alright, speedrun! You know, I was like already doing that. I want to go to the village, that's fine. Go here. Talk to Sovi. Yes.
I need to ask.
And
But
going
they
over
aren't
things.
never...
Stamps are pretty
I'll
cool.
save...
That was great. Back to menu. No, I need to... Yes, back to menu. Next. Go to the surrounding. I want to go to East Crown. Go here. Yes.
Besides...
You're right. Yes. Back to menu. Next. City. Town Square. Ovi? Yes.
Would you...
Sure thing. Get going. Don't get them. Back to menu. Next. Mazeo, Rebel HQ. Main entrance. Ovi. Yes. Personal quarters. Ovi. Yes.
So, the most
I trusted you. Okay, I'm going to quick save before I fuck this up again. Okay, Hal, I'm doing you first. I don't do...
Monarch, we must speak. We may be walking. Take their... You may... It's quite simple. It seems that we... It is very... But when we look at it this way...
I believe you, Hal. I earned Hal's loyalty. There we go. Quick saving now.
Besides, I'm
a bit biased. Of course. Ovi. Yes.
But now...
I trust you. Bro. Let him go, bro. Let him go. Keep him. Make him your own. Alright. Bunny romance time. Oh wait, we already watched this though, didn't we? Lifelong June, the final battle. Let him win. Why didn't I make a save after I did this? Oh. Bunny kissed him. Let's see. There's victory. Born away. We did it!
I can't believe we did it, Monarch! And of course, I had a feeling that I'd win.
You won. You inches closer. You sit on the branch.
Look at that view. I know we can't see the village, but these leaves? I never thought I'd get to see them up close like this before. I've only ever seen them when they wilt and fall off. But being up here? You know, this doesn't feel like I thought it would. I thought it'd feel amazing, like I'd become a different person. Oh well, at least that's one more thing I can cross off my list. A bit anticlimactic, but I don't really...
He inches closer to me and rests his head on my shoulder. I can't see his face, but I can tell he's wearing the whitest smile.
You know, this is a bit different than that back alley in Mazeo. I'm glad that we have more privacy. Now we could do this together. When we first left Valenorth, I had no idea we'd become this close to each other. Not that it's an unwelcome change. Trust me, I always thought about this. But back then, a scribe in training dating someone like you was frowned upon. Look how much has changed. The entire world is nothing like we thought it was. You know, I used to come to this tree and listen for the spirits. I thought that if I listened closely, they might talk to me, you know? All of us were held back by the triumvirate. But now we're strong and unified in purpose. I know that together, there's nothing we can't do. And it's all the more special because I have you by my side. You're the man that I love, and there's nothing that can change that.
Good.
I'm following you to the ends of the world, to the highest reaches of the skies. And I'll have your hand the entire time.
Slowly reaches down to my hand and intertwines his fingers with mine. He then brings my hand up to his face and gives the top a soft kiss.
I wish this moment could last forever. But that would be selfish of me. We have stuff to do. Thankfully, we'll always have this memory. It's perfect.
One more time. You never.
Well, should we get back
to? Blip. Okay. For Tim's loyalty get. I'm going to save now. Corruption. Nice. Okay. Where the fuck is he in the real world? He's such a romantic. Yeah, I'm aware. Wonder how much of this I can skip. Eventually run into Hal, right. He was overseeing everybody's effort making sure it runs smoothly. There's a lot to transport. We'd need weapons, food, and drink.
We find this army quite impressive. So many people are willing to fight for our cause. Let us hope that the rest of the world accepts your rule.
And on, that would be our next challenge. No one just bow to new rulers overnight. It takes some serious effort, coordination, and planning.
We thought you deserved a break, so we took action. Your energy is best conserved until we reach Baltius. You needn't worry about stalking or manning the ships.
I am thankful that Hal is taking the initiative. I definitely need to use this voyage as time to prepare. I wasn't as skilled with the blade as I could be. I needed to practice.
By the way, we made sure we were all in the same boat. You and your closest comrades, together in these final moments. We thought it fitting, since this is the end of our...
Having my friends close by would be a big help.
We think it may be time to board the ship, Monarch. Leading by example is a good idea. Too many people just standing around. If we show
I also
that
have
we're
to
ready to
save
leave, they might take it as a sign to hurry up.
I nod as I'm making our way to the boat. Our vessel is the same as one we went to Alarinthia. It's a bit bigger than the rest and would work as a mobile HQ. Hey, Tack, I think you should be able to get to see Cat again. I get on the deck and I turn around the docks. Everyone's here to say their final goodbyes, since we might not make it back. I give them all the time they need and slowly watch as they board our fleet. Actually, I might not make it back either. The thought fills me with fright. Yeah, we reread this. Around the face of the deck, Ovi. I wanted to tell you that I gave Hal information about the attack. Yeah, you
but
said
I
this
guess
before.
he knows a bit about Balteus as well. I find it hard to believe that there's a legion of spirits inside of him. Crazier things have happened, I guess. It's just really interesting. If he survives the war, I'd love to learn more about the monarchy. You should study them as well, since you're next in line for the throne.
Not a time.
It might be
Indeed.
helpful to know what legacy you're
Oh yeah,
carrying
she's
on,
also totally
right?
girl boss. I forgot. Though I don't know if that matters to you at all, Tack. Girl boss Cat. It's true, but there would be better time and place. Right now, my main focus is to take down the Tun. Until the throne was mine, all that should be off the table. Sylvie nods and decides to change the subject. Remarkable how easy it was to get along with him. Until recently, he seemed like a cold, heartless killer.
They might not tell your allies that I gave them this.
Coming from anyone themselves, whatever.
That's it, really. I just thought you
did promise. Chance to take over. Dominic and Hal, their comrades, and remember they seem really excited. And exchange hugs and pleasantries. This is all
Hey
the same.
Monarch. Glad to see you made it here.
Yep.
I'm happy we're all in the same boat.
Sure. but I think Hal is about to make a speech.
I said
He's
soon,
been lost
okay?
in conversation with Dominic for a while
There's
now.
a lot that
I think
happens
I heard them
between here
talking
and now.
about
I
our
kind of
upcoming
forgot.
plan of
I'm
attack.
sorry. False. Like, it's not a false
Alright,
alarm. Like, she's coming, but we're planning. We're platform to speak. So steps. Nada watches him pass by. I can tell that she's tired of waiting around. Here much longer before we set sail. I'm gonna wait longer. Sorry, set the ship. Moments reaches. Stand here and invite one to attack. What's going to happen? Share a bit of information. Tell
We
you
should
later.
arrive in Baltius just as the sun is rising. When we do, we'll meet in a central location for one Our first big step, however, is to secure the Grand Library. We've learned that the Honor Guard cannot set foot in. That is part of our second reason. With them as our hostage, we can extract information.
This is all the
After
same
that
dialogue. He's
rest,
just saying
we
it
will
now.
gather one more time and begin our final assault. With
Oh,
the
that means I get to read the
distractions
speech
large as
again.
we're planning, the Monarch should be unimpeded. He will kill the Triumvirate and destroy the large. With the blade plunged into that idol, the Monarch will tap into its power. He will use it to deactivate the Honor Guard and the
Everyone looks at me, part of the plan. First time hearing makes perfect sense. Good strategy, blah, blah, blah.
As soon as we arrive, we will share this.
Wait. They'll turn their... Hold on, this isn't right. Honor God victory was ours. We'd still have to worry about Halen and Shane, but I'm sure they'd pop up somewhere. I feel confident giving everybody a nod. They turned their attention back to Domic's platform, even though this is Hal who is talking. Always run meals again. Time to jump off the crate. Time for a speech. Meaner, timely leader. Continue to walk forward, make the faces appear, and shit. Okay. Fez overtakes everything. I don't want to watch him die again. Culmination rejoices thus far. Stand here today, harbingers of justice through the monarchy, so to speak. Never enemy to realize they'll stop at nothing to see them fall. But amongst themselves. Road, this is journey paved with compromise and change. That was a different one. We are changes, we do not conform to their ideals of purity and perfection. This is exactly why we will win. Everybody will have a place to call home, everybody will live in pleasure. Put simply, we will give hope to those who lost their hope. Do the term of this rule as far as too high, but it ends now. No longer will be victims of find themselves blinded by revenge. No longer servants to the lost quest for redemption. We have more power than any group of people who have ever spoken up. Unbreakable like our will, we have vessels containing spirits of the monarchy. Right. Because we no longer fight for ourselves, we fight for a lost civilization. This is why we're unstoppable. And the blade, most blind, we have this. Using this blade, I will secure a future that will make the monarchy proud. It's all over, united world, see them together strong. Everybody will have a voice. Lay back for the monarchy. Skip. He waves over Nada.
Nada, we need you to order your forces to charge. This is precisely why I wanted to form a treaty for battle at sea. I need you to occupy the forces. Distract them while we slip by.
Here you go, Tack.
They'll notice you right away. Baltaean ships are equipped with projectile weaponry. 1 or 2 good shots and you'll be underwater in minutes.
That's what I'm counting on.
There's Cat.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
We're going to let them sink this ship.
You can't be serious.
I have a plan, Nada. Everybody listen up. We'll time it so we're close by when they hit us. As we sink, we can hop over to their ship and hijack it. Using their own projectile weapons, we'll start sinking them one by one. Their attention will be divided. They'll be getting attacked from multiple sides. We can use that to our advantage.
What would happen if you
They won't be able to retaliate through the chaos.
Hoodie, I'm noticing you have a type. What would happen if you came across a girl boss bunny?
A bold move, you know. Do you want me to send the order?
Oh, she's gonna go thieves' cant at them.
Yeah, we need to do this immediately. There's no room for error. This is the end.
Sure thing.
There's netting of the ship. It overlooks the ship. Starts doing the same. Almost like they have a language. It was impressive sight to see. Skip! Archers return fire, knocking out the suits of armor manning the weapons. At the wheel of the ship, Nada spins it, turning towards the enemy. Oh, right,
This
Nada.
is it. Get ready to jump.
When I jump, I notice Nada is still at the wheel. I shout at her name and get across as soon as possible. Ship has already started sinking, so I by my feet.
You know, the Code of Honor states that a captain should go down with her ship.
Okay.
If it weren't for that treaty, I'd be ready to let myself die right here and now.
Apparently they don't.
I think my new nation will change things up a bit.
Because I just skipped through it,
more
so...
stupid sacrifices.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought they would be able to fight back, but I guess we just have more ships. We just have bigger fleet. Like, I thought that this was... Well, but you see, Hoodie, that would require changing the dialogue a lot. I'm only teasing you, game. I'm not trying to be mean or nitpick. Alright, let's... kill Shane. I regret having to kill him now that I know he saved Dominic. But I need to kill him to be purely corrupt. Oop. Alright, yeah, I guess I might as well save. I'm now even more swollen. Oh my god, you're right. She's got fucking chipmunk cheeks. What the hell?
I have to thank you for what you've done, Monarch. Now, let's make this jump. There's still so much left to
do. With a sly smirk. A sly smirk appears on her face.
First one there gets more suits to kill. Don't want to keep them waiting, right?
Shall we? Yes. First jump, and then I get shot. Yep. Kill. Okay. I'm going to save there.